The Minot Hockey Boosters, Bremer Bank, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Souris Valley Dental, and ProStyleProduction.com. This broadcast on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by the UPS Store, First International Bank, Planet Pizza, Granite Springs Water, Homesteaders, Vibeto Orthodontics, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, First Western Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Bremer Bank, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Souris Valley Dental, and ProStyleProduction.com. This broadcast on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by the UPS Store, First International Bank, Planet Pizza, Granite Springs Water, Homesteaders, Vibeto Orthodontics, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, First Western Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Bremer Bank, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Souris Valley Dental, and ProStyleProduction.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work. Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees
Go for lunch, frequent supper times a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Come be an area to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
My name is Marshall Canal. I'm the manager of the UPS Store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS Store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS Store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Pro Style Production.
Consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiasts. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This broadcast on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by ProStyleProduction.com. It's time for Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Comes down low to the near side. Bennett walks out with it. Bennett centering. Feed fires it. Easton Bennett scores. It's 4-1 Magi on the twisted wrister from Easton Bennett.
The growing tradition of Magi hockey carries on today.
He scores. And it's a hat trick for Hayden Schwartz.
to you by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services.
The point, Hyde sends it down. Bennett, top shelf backhand, right where Grandma keeps the cookies, and it's 5-1. Out of Gretzky's office, Bennett feeds Hyde at the line, near side. Hyde tunes it in, tipped in front. Vile tucks it home, and it's 5-1. It's handling, whistling, firing into the glove. Oh, he scored! It's 2-0. Heads, tattoos at home, and the Magicians lead.
It's time for the Minot High Magician Hockey Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location, has been serving the Magic City for over 20 years. Call and order now at 701-852-1700.
Colby Ends will start the rush. Ends has a big hit at center ice. Welcome to senior night. Plenty of noise. Easton Bennett absolutely lights up Ruley. There's the hit of the game, maybe of the week.
Now, let's go to the ice with the voice of the Magi. Here's Nick Hulberg.
The last time the Minot High Magicians and Dickinson Midgets matched up, it was on this same exact ice surface. It was the West Region High School Hockey Tournament for North Dakota High School Hockey, and it was in late February that the Magi found themselves on the losing end of a 6-1 contest at the hands of Dallas Kuntz's Dickinson Midgets. The Midgets went on to the North Dakota State High School Hockey Tournament only for the third time in 25 years. The Magi stayed home and didn't make the big dance, representing one of the top teams in the North Dakota High School Hockey Tournament in the top 8 in North Dakota. Today, Minot High goes back to work to take on the Midgets on their home ice for Hockey Day here in Minot. And it's the Magi against the Midgets in a big West Region High School hockey matchup. I'm Nick Hulberg. Thanks for joining us here on the Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location. School parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. Planet Pizza can be reached all day at 701-852-1700. They do deliver for free. They've got the largest laser tag playground in the region. Not to mention they've got the best pizza in Minot. Hands down guaranteed. That's why they've been around for over 20 years. Planet Pizza brings you the pregame show here today for this West Region Showdown. Well, in the regular season, the Magi played Dickinson twice last year. They won by a combined score of 17-3. Yes, you heard it right. Minot won at Dickinson on the 9th of December, 7-0. Odie Nelson had a 19-save shutout. Then that was actually at home against Dickinson. Then at Dickinson on the 3rd of February. Minot High rolls down to Dickinson. They win 10-3. Odie turns aside 22 in that contest. Minot High roars out of there with a commanding win, 17-3 in the regular season. They win with the combined score over Dickinson, the lopsided combined score. They get to the region tournament. Minot High plays Bismarck High in the semifinals. They fall to the Demons here on their home ice. They play Dickinson the next day. There weren't many people inside the Mesa Arena that didn't think that Minot High was going to continue the steamrolling of the Midgets due to the fact of the high scoring that they had put up in the regular season play. And it was the Midgets that won 6-1 on this ice surface. And a lot of people you talk about last year, you'll hear in the coach's corner with Jason Bennett. I brought it up there, and basically Coach Bennett gave me a look as if let's forget about it, but it really is big news in North Dakota West Region High School hockey. It was huge for the program. For the Dickinson Midgets, you'll hear from their head coach, Dallas Kuntz, and what that meant to their program to knock out a Minot High School team that probably was dubbed as one of the top 3 in the West last year, the team that people thought should have certainly been at the state high school hockey tournament. It was a big one. Let's see how these two teams respond today as they come into the matchup inside of West Region play here on a Saturday afternoon at Pepsi Rig. Minot comes into the matchup at 0-2 in the West. They haven't won in West Region play yet. Those losses to Mandan and Century have them sitting at the bottom of the barrel right now in the West Region. Meanwhile, Dickinson is 3-1. They're the top team in the West Region according to the standings and the points that they have in games played. However, they did play Century last night, and it wasn't pretty. Bismarck Century put it on Dickinson last night. Final score in that one, Century put up 10 against the Midgets. Dickinson didn't find a way to score the Century goaltender, and Century wins 10-0. The most recent game for Minot High, well, they played Century at Century, and Minot High lost to the Patriots 5-0. What does that tell us? Absolutely nothing in my mind. That's why we play these games for North Dakota high school hockey. Any given night, anything can happen. We're going to see what happens here tonight. We'll take a break on our Planet Pizza pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a look around the state. Minot High and Dickinson go toe-to-toe this afternoon on Hockey Day here in the Magic City. Thanks for joining us on 1390 KRRZ AM and at ProStyleProduction.com. Planet Pizza pregame show rolls on. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
My name is Marshall Knott. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyle Production.
Systems go for lunch. Frequent supper times up front. T-minus now. It's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun. There's room for everyone. From me and Marianne to Planet Pizza.
Weekend in the Magic City, and it has been a busy one here at Pepsi Rake. A full day of action yesterday, a full day of action today, and one more game here tonight as the Toros take on the Bismarck Bobcats tonight to close out Hockey Day here in the Magic City. It's Dickinson and Minot High in the West Region Affair of North Dakota High School Hockey. I'm Nick Hulberg here for the Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location. School parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. Planet Pizza can be reached for delivery here this afternoon at 701-852-1700. Here's the standings in North Dakota high school hockey. It's so early in the year that these numbers really aren't exactly relevant to the top teams around the state, but in my mind, every game, the points are on a premium, certainly with a little more parity over here in the West Region. You need to win every single night if you want to be at the top at the end of the year. Over on the east side of the state, Red River and Central, the top two teams, they're both 3-0 in conference play. Central still undefeated at 4-0. Red River's 3-1. Fargo Davies currently the third team over on the east side of the state, sitting on a 2-1 mark. Devils Lake 1-0 in conference play. They're fourth. West Fargo sits fifth at 1-1. 1-2 is Fargo Shanley. They're sixth. Fargo North is 7. West Fargo Cheyenne is 8. Grafton Park River 0-3 to start the year. They're 9, and Mayville Portland hasn't played a conference game. They round out the 10 over on the east side of the state. On the west side, it's Dickinson, the top team right now according to points. They've played the most conference play. They've got a 3-1 mark. That's all inside of the West Region action. Bismarck Century 2-0 in the West. Bismarck High's also 2-0. They sit 2-3. Mandan's 2-2 on the year in conference play. They're number 4. Jamestown's number 5 at 1-1. Botno Rugby 0-2 on the season. Minot's 0-2. Williston's 0-2, and Hayes and Beulah not playing any conference games. Other games in the state taking place today. Mivo Portland's at Moose Lake at 2 o'clock, and Jamestown's at Williston. Dickinson here in Minot. Those are the only 3 games to report in North Dakota high school hockey. Tuesday's a big day, however, as Minot High will travel to Bismarck High to take on Mike Peluso's Bismarck High Demons and get ready for a good one on Tuesday night. From the Wachter Arena, that's going to be a great game. Larry McFall and I will have the call for you on 1390 KRRZ and at ProStyleProduction.com. Looking at the top performers in North Dakota right now, it's Grand Forks Central with a pair at the top of the list. Cole Hansen and Lucas Canta. 15 points for Hansen, 14 for Canta. That's in 4 games played. Look out, that Central team's the real deal, and they are on a mission again here in 2018-2019. Bismarck's Dane Sardelli currently sits third with 13 points in the state. Nick Brown from Century's got 11. Kate Hansen from Davies has 11. The only one in today's game that's in the top 20 is Cody Shepard from Dickinson. He's got 8 points on the season. We'll take a break on the Planet Pizza pregame show. When we come back, we'll hear the coach's thoughts. Jason Bennett and I sat down earlier on tonight. We'll hear his thoughts after the matchup against Century. We'll hear his matchup thoughts heading into tonight with the Dickinson matchup. Planet Pizza pregame show rolls on. We'll hear from the coach next. This is Magicians Hockey.
Time's up front. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. From me and Arian to Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
It's time for the Planet Pizza pregame coach's corner. Get your game plan for laser tag in the largest laser tag playground in the region. Did we mention the cheesy, delicious, mouth-watering first bite of a Planet Pizza pizza? Now, here's the matchup's insight with the Planet Pizza Coach's Corner.
Welcome back to the Planet Pizza pregame show. It's time now for Coach's Corner with Minot High co-head coach, Mr. Jason Bennett. And as always, Coach, thanks for a little time here this afternoon on Hockey Day here in Minot.
Yeah, excited. It's a big day for hockey in Minot, so we're excited to be playing here.
Let's talk a little bit about the last matchup, a matchup with Bismarck Century on Thursday night, and a hockey game at the VFW Sports Center against the quote-unquote top team out of the West region. You guys fall in that one 5-0. There's some positives, a few negatives. Overall, your thoughts overall as the commander of the program after the matchup with Bismarck Century Thursday night?
You know, I thought we did a lot of things. I thought we told the boys we wanted to come out, and be aggressive right away. I thought we played a really good first period. We drew some penalties, which means we're moving your feet, and that's something to build off of. Our power play wasn't very good, and I think at times because the power play wasn't good, it was a negative in terms of we lost momentum by not capitalizing on those chances. But like I said, we held them to I think 7 shots in the first. We gave up one late, and that was kind of maybe set the tone for the rest of the game. I think they got one with 2 seconds left there in the first, and with some young guys, they maybe didn't respond as much as we'd wanted them to. But, second period we didn't play as well. But, we only gave up 1 goal in the second, so we were still there in the third. And then we kind of ran out of gas in the third. We had some kids get injured and kids get sick. So it's something to build off of, though. It's something we know we can play with them. We did for, large spans of that game. We just need to capitalize on our chances.
I think outside looking in, maybe at the stat sheets and number lines in the newspaper and stuff, it might look like Minot High might not be the best hockey team all time that we've ever had come through, and that's obvious. We've had some pretty good ones here, but in my mind, this is a pretty good hockey team that still has a tremendous upside. And for you, knowing that you do have a young team, only 4 seniors in the lineup, how big are games like today against a Dickinson team that you guys want some sweet revenge on, and knowing that points are, in a sense, on a premium for your hockey club in the West region with the loss to Mandan and Century early on?
Yeah, we talked earlier, this is a big game for us. You don't put a whole lot of stock, in December and January, but I think there's some stock to be put into this game. We do need a win. We need to start building some momentum rolling into the Christmas break here. You lose today, and then you got a pretty big task ahead of you on Tuesday going to Bismarck High, a team that's playing pretty good hockey. So Those 3 points are pretty important for us tonight, and I think the first goal is important. Games that we've struggled, we haven't scored early. We haven't scored much this year at all. So we did some things in practice to get to the net, and we worked on our power play for extensive amount of time yesterday. So we tweaked some things on that, so it'll be kind of a new look on that power play. So hopefully get pucks to the net and maybe cash in a couple garbage goals.
It's kind of interesting with the turnover you get in North Dakota high school hockey or high school hockey in general. But when you look back to last year and Dickinson ends Minot High's season here on home ice after Minot High, for lack of better words, just put it to the midgets in regular season play, outscoring them heavily. I know it's a whole new hockey team in there. For you as a coaching staff and you personally, how much do you want to beat this Dickinson team today, just for personal pride and pride for the maroon and gold? Does that weigh in on you at all? I know I certainly want to see a win today, but maybe that's just a lot of the passion coming out up top for me.
Yeah, you do. You hate to, I think we've only not made the state about 3 times in the last, 25 years. So yeah, it was unfortunate. It didn't end the way we wanted to last year. It's unfortunate for those seniors who, might have played their last game at home. You lose to a team that, you had outscored 17-3. But that happens. Anything can happen in hockey. And for us tonight, yeah, it's a new team. It's a new year. They got some returners, a lot of them. We have some new guys. But I think the guys in the locker room understand the significance of Hockey Day. There's a lot of kids out, games going on today. Dickinson, I wouldn't say they're our biggest rivals in the state, but, after last year, there is a little bit more rivalry than there maybe normally would be.
Goaltender matchup today, Jaron Knapp's going to go against your sophomore and Trey Sortland, who in his first career game for the Magi pitched the shutout against Devils Lake. How important do you think your goaltender has to be today against a kid like Cody Shepard, who's already got 8 points for the midgets on the year?
We need him to play well. We really do. Like I said, we haven't scored a whole lot of goals, so Trey's going to have to be good. He was solid. He got through that first start, against Devils Lake, and maybe shook some nerves out there, so there shouldn't be a whole lot of that. And I think he's ready. I think he prepares himself the right way for the game. And we'd like to see 90%. You'd like to see 90% all the time. We haven't got that all the time here, but that's a number we shoot for. And I think if we can, hold them to, 25, 30 shots, you're giving up 2 or 3 goals. And we should be offensively strong enough to score 3 goals, I would think. So that's what we're hoping for, and we expect big things out of Trey today.
Talking about other player personnel, I look at a kid like Peyton Fillion, currently leading the team in points. He's got 3 of them. He just seems like a kid that has kind of emerged as a player that has been able to move the puck around pretty well. How big is a game like today for Peyton Fillion to continue with the foot on the gas pedal after being shut out against Century just a few nights ago? I
think Peyton's our most improved kid from last year. I think he was the best player on the ice for us against Century. He can find another gear that he didn't have last year, and it's, he gets those feet moving. I think a lot of that goes back to football and getting a chance, opportunity at the end of the football year. Gave him some confidence, and now I think every game he's getting a little stronger, and he's getting more confidence. He's getting into hockey shape. We need some of our seniors to step up, You got Mason Deal, captain, Kyler Stenberg. They had 10 and 11 goals respectively last year, and we just need more out of them here now. We're 4 games in, and the high school season's pretty short. You go from 4 games in to 10 games in, all of a sudden now you're at the West Region tournament, and if you're sitting around with 6-7 points, that's probably not going to cut it, out of some of those veteran leaders.
Besides the early goal today, is there another key in your mind that stands out for a must on the coaching side of things on the dry erase board here today if you guys want to walk out of here with the win?
I just think we got to keep it simple. We got to defend in our own zone. It's the same thing we preach. We got to block shots. We got to get to the net. That's key for us. Goalies have made it tough on us because they can see everything. And you look at Ruley kid, and we allowed him to make a lot of saves, but they were pretty easy. He didn't have to work a whole lot. So we're going to get to the net. We're going to get some bodies to the net and get the puck from low to high, and hopefully we can good things come from that.
Should be a fun one. We sure appreciate your time as always. Best of luck here today.
All right, thank you.
That's Jason Bennett, co-head coach of the Minot High Magicians. When we come back to the Planet Pizza pregame show, we'll look at the starters and dive further into the goaltender matchup. Minot High Dickinson at the Pepsi rink. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Systems go for lunch. Frequent supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. From me and Marianne to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Throughout the the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knopp. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. It's Hockey Day here in the Magic City, and we've got a good one for you as Minot High and Dickinson go toe-to-toe here at the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Nick Hulberg here for the call on 1390 KRRZ AM and at ProStyleProduction.com. Jaron Knob, the goaltender for Dickinson, gets the start today. 2.5 games played here in his senior season. 2.4 goals against average and an .893 save percentage. He's undefeated here in 2018. He goes against Minot High sophomore net keeper Trey Sortland. 100% save percentage. 0 goals against average. The one varsity start for him was the win over Devil's Lake. He's 1-0. Cody Shepard leads the Midgets. 8 points on the year. Ryan Brand, 5 for him. Braden Grohl, 4 for him. For the Magi, Peyton Fillion leads the team with 3 points, all coming in the form of helpers. 3 assists. Aiden Morelli, 2 goals and 2 points for him total on the year. Tatum Hertz with a point on the season and a handful of others, as that's who to keep an eye on in the early portion of the season for the Magi and the Midgets in this matchup for the West Region. Minot High from the right to the left, left to the right for the Midgets. We're underway here at Pepsi Rink. Minot High in their home whites. Dickinson has the black uniforms on here this afternoon as Ryan Brand's got the puck for the Midgets, trying to push it ahead forward up into the neutral ice zone as Fillion has it underneath the net, left side of the radio dial, and it's the Midgets that push it back up to Hertz at the blue line. Bouncing puck escapes the zone. And out comes Giese, and he sends it back in behind Sortland on the blocker's side. On the retrieve for the Magi is Fongfed. He moves it up to Stemberg, who dumps it down in behind the goaltender Knob. And the Midgets push it back up to the near line where Bonebreak holds it in. Bonebreak sends it down underneath the goal line. We're at 16:02 to play here in the opening frame. Neither team on the board yet as the Midgets try to push it out of the zone. Comes back up to center ice, and Riley Operud's on the retrieve over to Ben Bonebreak. Bonebreak takes it and dumps it down around the Dickinson net. Off the dasher, comes back away to the far side wall where it's worked to the point. Operud, slap shot, just tipped it down to the corner on the glove side of the goaltender, Jaron Knob. And the puck is freed now by the Midgets, and here they come with Joe Pavick, the freshman. Out to center ice, hounded by the Magi. They're right back in with it. This is Derwin Hauser that takes it down underneath the net of Knob on the near side corner. This is the blocker side. We're at 15:20 to play in the first. Neither team on the board is the Magi pressure. Neither team has registered a shot on net as of yet. Here's an opportunity that went wide from Casey Feld, and it's taken at the bottom of the circle by the midgets with a little bit of real estate. That's Grohl trying to clear. Feld comes over, hounds him, frees the puck for Oprud, who tried to shovel it down into the corner. Away with it is Mason Deal. He's got it in the faceoff. Dodd sends one in, and the first stop is made of the night for Jaron Knob. Well, Knob, the senior for the midgets. Where's number 31? He's got the Reebok catching mitt and blocker pad. White with black and orange trim. He's got Bauer leg pads on that are all white with just a hint of black on the sides. White goal mask with a tint of orange on it. Black as well. He's got the white face mask on. That white goaltender's mask. Sortlet at the other end of the ice for the Magis. And white CCM gear with just a touch of maroon as a little bit of a hit to it. He's got the Bryant's catching mitt. He looks on as the puck is fired up over on the blocker's side and back behind the net. It's set up here by the midgets, so they control with Galster. Back away to the center slot. Up it comes down to Giese. He's going to take it to the top of the circle. Ridden away there on the play nicely from Nick Murphy of the Magi. The Magicians with control of the puck trying to clear it was Deal. He can't. It's held in. Puck is freed as Hillman fired a big hit. Now a breakaway the other way. It comes in for Deal. Walking, turning, he fires, and Deal scores. 1-0 from Mason Deal as that play started back in his own territory. Hillman has a big hit on the back check, frees the puck to Deal, and Deal takes it to the other end of the ice and nets his first of the year. Just about 2 minutes, 57 seconds in. And Minot High leads in period number 1, 1-0. The goal from Deal. Let's see if Hillman gets the assist on the play. .257 will be the time of the goal here in period number 1. And Deal finally gets his name on the scoring list for the Magi. 4 games into it, the senior captain has Minot High up 1-0. Let's listen in as the Magi bring it back with Fillion again. Fillion's into the offensive zone. Fire save, rebound. They scored again. Is on the back doorstep. Fillion fired it in. And Morelli tucks it home. And the Magi lead 2-0. That's going to be Morelli from Fillion. They continue to razzle dazzle, and Aiden Morelli picks up goal number 3, point number 3 on the year. Fillion's going to get the helper. And the Magi are off and burning the afternoon away. It's 2-0 Magicians. 13:36 to play here in the opening period of Minot High. They are on fire early on here this afternoon. Puck's back at center ice and into the offensive zone for the Midgets. It's taken down to the near corner by Ahmed. Now we'll try to listen in to Duffy Dobeck. Play is stopped as Dobb holds it. Well, give Stenberg an assist on the goal as well. 3:24 the time of the goal. The Magi up in the contest early, 2-0. Well, let's see how the Midgets respond. Here's a drive from Hertz from the line. Stick around for our second intermission report. We caught up with Tatum Hertz before the game tonight. Well-spoken senior athlete for the Magi. Looks to go into aviation for his college career. Other end of the ice for the Midgets. They've got control with the puck, and down low it's away to Cody Shepard, the team's point leader in. And first stop of the night is made by Sortlet at that end of the ice. Shots are 5-1. Minot High, they lead 2-0. Goals from Morelli and Deal early on. Here with 12:45 to play in the first period. Special thanks again to Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location. School parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. Thanks to the Muellers at Planet Pizza for their continued support of Magi hockey. Offensive zone for the Magicians. Feld's down low. He's down there along with Jack Plemmel. Battling for the puck. A 3-for-2 scrum. Magi have fewer guys, but they've got possession now as it's worked back up to Hertz with the hand pass. Puck is pushed to center by Cody Shepard. Late call coming on Hertz. Eric Steele's got the arm in the air, and then interference is called. Hertz is going to the box for 2. Andy Carton and Eric Steele have the stripes on this afternoon. Mike Kelly Jr., one of the linesmen, as is Jake Stack here today at Pepsi Rink for Hockey Day in this high school hockey matchup. First power play of the day comes out, and it's for the Midgets. See how the man advantage works. Here's a drive coming. They've scored. Didn't take them long. The shot from the point. Wardner fires it in. It's tipped right in front of Swordlin, and it goes into the back of the net. And on the board was Joe Pavic, who brings the game back within one. Power play goal. That will be Pavic from the line, number 34. From number 3, Wardner. Let's see if there's another assist on the play, and it is a power play goal. They go 1 for 1 to the Midgets, and they're right back in it. Well, both coaches said that the first goal of the hockey game this afternoon was huge. Minot High got the first 2, and then Dickinson responds within moments. And we sit at 2-1. Let's listen in to Duffy Domek on the call. Midgets are back in on a 2-on-1. Here's the drive. The stop is made. Sortland loose in front of the net. Comes back away to the near wall. Shepard's going to get an assist on the Dickinson goal. Pavic, Wardner, and Shepard. Minot High's at the other end of the ice with the puck, and trying to fire one forward was Hillman, and went wide of the net. And it's right back out through neutral, where it comes back to Ben Bonebreak in his own territory. Off to Hunter Cope. Bumped it ahead forward to Peyton Fillion. He's in over the line. Team's point leader with 4 now. Fillion drops it down to the corner. Work back away to Pavic, and he pushes it ahead forward, and Pavic takes it far side wall. Bounces it off the Dickinson bench, but he sends it all the way down 200 feet. There's an icing. Well, a huge thank you to all those sponsors that make Minot High Magicians hockey possible, including United Agronomy, IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Buffalo Wild Wings by Beto Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Homesteaders, Granite Springs Water and Ice. Huge thank you to them for bringing you Magi Hockey on the radio and online at ProStyleProduction.com. Without them, we wouldn't be here. Slap shot comes in. Sortland's 6th save. Sortland with the stick save, that is, and it goes up into the protective mesh. And we'll face it off on the sophomore net keeper's blocker side. Shots are 5-4. Minot with the advantage. They have the lead at 2-1. If you're just joining us, they scored early on. Just about 3 minutes in. It was Mason Deal on the goal as they were giving the assists on the play for the Deal goal, his first of the year. Minot High potted another one. Stemberg, Fillion. They set up Aiden Morelli for his 3rd goal of the year. Fun knowing that you got Fillion for another year, Morelli for another 2. Dumped in from center ice by Peyton Hansen. Magicians trying to clear their own end with Bonebreak. Now over to help out. Big hit on the far side walls. Jack Plemmel was railed. Other end of the ice. A drive comes in from Feld. And the stop is made is into the butterfly. Went Jared Knob, and he makes the save. Jared Knob, the senior, 2.5 games played, 2.4 goals against average, and an .893 save percentage. Knob is spelled N-A-A-B. Put a little asterisk by that one, make a note with the pen. 10:14 to play here in the first. 2-1 Minot High on top of Dickinson. Back behind the Dickinson net, it's Nick Murphy that left it back away to Deal. Sit in front, they've scored again. Deal's got another one on the board as the Magi tap it home. Right on top of the blue painter. Who was it? Is it Hillman's first goal? It is, and Hillman's got his first goal as a varsity player. There was a swarm of them out front, including Deal. Nick Murphy was there as well, but the Magi are on the board again. It's 3-1 Minot High with 10:05 to play here in the first. That's going to be Hillman's goal. Nick Murphy went into the net to grab the puck. First varsity goal. They took it over to the bench. Threw it over to Jason Bennett, the co-head coach. He hangs on to it. for Hillman until he gets to head back with his teammates and celebrate the goal. They stay on the ice for the remainder of the shift. Let's see who gets credit with the assists on that one. Hillman's first as varsity player. Said it the other night against Century, man, I sure like the way that Hillman plays. Ashton Hillman, he's one of those guys that maybe instigates just a little bit. The thorn in the side type of player, if you will. Not afraid to play the body, and he's got a goal now for his hard work. They're back in with it.
Scoring his first goal in position, number 16, Ashton Hillman. Assisted by number 9, Nick Murphy.
Murphy does get an assist on the goal. Fillian's got it from behind the net. Tony Gretzky's office trying to work it to the front. Puck comes back away to the near side wall. Offensive zone. Top unit back out for the Magi as the puck is pushed to center. And now Dickinson goes for a 3-for-5 change. Everybody up front changes. Operates into the offensive zone. Lost a handle. Tanner Giesey's got it behind his own net. Now Morelli takes it away and pushes it up the near side wall. Back up to Tatum Hertz. He shuffles it back behind the net. Cody Shepard tried to move it out of the zone, but it was Fillion freeing it to Stenberg. Back to the point. Comes back up. The drive comes in. Loose in front of the net. Still loose in the slot. Taken here by the Midgets, and up they come with skater number 8, Ryan Brand. All the way down it comes. It got away from Brand. There's an icing call with 8:30 to play here in the first period. Well, when you look around the state of North Dakota, you can see that Grand Forks Central is the team to beat. You heard us in the Planet Pizza pregame show. Cole Hansen, Lucas Canta, 15 points for Hansen, 14 for Canta. That comes in 4 games played. Central's just a war machine over there. They're 4-0. They're outscoring everybody by big margins. They beat West Fargo Cheyenne 17-0 earlier on this week. They've been kind of the talk of the team to beat. Bismarck Century, you'd have to think, would be in the conversation as well, as they've been putting up some good scores. Delayed call coming here on the Midgets. Sortland comes off. Down low, Feld has it, but the Midgets touch up, and here comes the first power play of the night for Minot High with 8:07 to play here in the first. Century scoring 15 goals, by the way, in the last 2 games for them. Troy Olson's team's got it dialed in. They beat the Magi by a score of 5-0 on Thursday. And yesterday, Dickinson hosted the Patriots, and they got walloped 10-0. Hooking was the call on Braden Urlacher, number 28. He goes to the box. So the Magi power play comes out. How can the Magicians improve after Thursday night's disappointing 0-for-10 on the power play? Call coming here as Eric Steele had the call, and Kyler Stenberg's going to the box by himself. Looked like Stenberg was the one that got taken down. It's going to be a cross-check call on Stenberg. Here was 7:57 to play in the first, so that power play that came out for the Magi was only out for 9 seconds. So they don't get a fair look at the man advantage here in the first period. Deal's got a goal. Morelli's got a goal. Hillman's got the goal for the Magi. Faceoff's going to go all the way down to the other end of the ice. The puck was played with a high stick off the draw. It's Dickinson's Pavic that's got the one for the Midgets. That's where we sit at 3-1 here in our first period. Just under 8 minutes remaining. Faceoff will be on Jared Knobs' glove side as he looks at Peyton Fillion. Morelli along with Operud at the point with bone break. Pavic's line is back out with Cody Shepard. The best for each team, you could say, are on the ice right now, the 4-on-4 situation. Well, I hope you enjoy the conversation that we'll play for you at the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. Sat down with Dallas Kuntz, the head coach of the Midgets, earlier on tonight. Always great catching up with him. We had a great conversation about the future of Dickinson hockey and kind of what the program is experiencing now with some numbers that continue to rise. Sortland saw a shot, and he went down into the butterfly and stopped it. That one was an easy one that was sent in from Cody Shepard on the ice. The Warriors stick made the save, and the faceoff will come to Sortland's glove side. You'll hear in the interview, but the numbers continue to skyrocket over time in Dickinson in the youth program. Dallas Coots in his 6th year as the head coach of the varsity program. He's also been the program director down to the southwest side of the state of North Dakota. He played on the 2001 Midgets program. I remember asking him last year if he played at the time that the goaltender by the name of Civarella played. I always thought that was so interesting. The midget net keeper had Civ written on the chin of his goal mask. Thought what a unique thing that is. Civ, of course, the slang term, if you will, talking about a goaltender that is not worthy. Up to center ice. It comes into the Minot High defensive zone behind Sortland. Back in behind. Big hit was put on there on Thongfet's attempt. Thongfet's got it back. Minot High pushes it back out to center. Thongfet's in with it. Takes it down. Tried to fire. Fanned on it. Waits for the Magi to join him on the rush as it's down underneath the goal line now as Deal soccered it forward. He started the scoring tonight. Here's Plemmel, the opportunity. Drive went up and out of play. 6:19 to play in the first. 13 seconds remains on the 4-on-4. 9 seconds of power play time for the Midgets. After that, it's 3-1 Minot High. Dallas laughed again when I brought that up today. He said, yeah, it was interesting. They would travel around the state and different high school student sections would chant Civ. That Civarella, the old Dickinson goaltender, would get a kick out of it. It was his nickname. It pumped him up. Blocker side of Knob. Puck comes out to center ice, and it's Pavic that moves it ahead forward. Pavic walks all the way down. 2 magicians. Hopperud was one of them. The other was Hillman trying to interrupt that party. They do. The Midgets are at full strength, and now they have 9 seconds of power play time. That doesn't last long. Here comes Stenberg out of the box, and both teams are now at full strength.
The Magicians are at full strength.
Puck's out at center ice, right in front of the center ice dot. Stenberg's got it, carries it into the offensive zone, trying to get around 2 back checkers for Dickinson. The puck has worked away to the near side wall and tried to clear the Midgets, but it's Hopperud holding the line. Hopperud's there again, can't hold it that time. Up to center ice, here they come. It's Bren that's in. Nice play defensively. Getting in the way of that one was Hunter Cope. He stops the rush. And the puck comes back out to center. Nick Murphy's in with it. Murphy's in, top of the circle. Fancy move. Murphy upended at the last moment by Quinn Lewis. Hopperud at the point. Sent in. Puck comes right in front of the net off the carom off the glass. And Nick Murphy was there with Feld. It bounced over the stick. That was a howitzer from Riley Hopperud at the point. He's got it again. One-timer sends it in. Broke the stick. Puck goes back to the point to the far side. Bone break. Chips it down, off to Feld, back to Bone break. Top of the circle, far wall, Magi offensive zone. Nick Murphy's railed. Both the referees have their arms up. That's going to be a charging call. The Magi are going to go back to the power play. This will be their first legitimate man advantage if they can stay out of the box. And into the sin bin goes Cody Shepard. Elbow will be the call. Instead, that looked like a charge. Elbow will take it. Either way, 2-minute power play comes out. 4:54 to play in the first. Minot High up by a pair. It's 3-1. Joey Pavic, the goal scorer for the Midgets. Deal started the scoring just 3 minutes in for the Magi. Morelli got one, and Hillman picked up his first as a varsity player here this afternoon. Plemmel's at the far point, near point. Riley Hopperud's got it. Hopperud sets up the offense of the power play. Morelli top of the circle, near wall, down to Philly, and work back to the point. Hopperud's got it. Hopperud sends it in. That puck knocked down and launched the length of the ice on the clear from 27 goal. Sortland's out to play it, moves it back up to Aid Morelli at center. Here's Morelli, cross ice dish right in front of the Dickinson bench for Plemmel. Makes a move, steps in. He's got it, bottom of the circle, down behind the net. Tried to send it to Stenberg. Lost the handle on the puck of the nice play from Pavic on the defense. Now Philly into the near corner. Stick handling, blocker side. 1:25 of power play time. 4:15 to play in the first. Philly in the circle. Drive save with a pad and a nice one there from Knob. Puck is back behind the net. And it's tied up down lower. Phillian's out with it again. Bottom of the circle to the hash marks. Back up to Plemmel. Far point. Hopperud on a T1. Timer sent it in. And it was knocked down in front. Phillian walking, centering in front of the net. Trying to go to Morelli. Pad save again from Knob. And this time the puck is taken and launched the length of the ice by Evan Grohl. Minot High's power play down to 50 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Their first of the night. They had one other power play that came to them, but it only lasted 9 seconds. Here come the Magi into the offensive zone with it. Drop back for Deal. 9-second power play due to the fact that they got charged with a penalty of their own. Back at the point, Thongfett delivered back over to Nick Murphy. At the wall in between the blue line and the top of the circle, Murphy lost it, and it's sent down to the zone. Nice play there. It was cleared away by Braden Grohl. Magi dump and chase with Larson. Back in behind the net, away to the far side wall. Murphy gets a handle on it. Now Hillman bump back to the point. At the line, Thongfett back away to Larson. Larson make that Feld up, sorry. Feld has it. Bottom of the circle to Murphy. Back to the point. Thongfett delivered back away to Murphy. 2 seconds on the Shepard call. He's out of the box, and we're back to 5-on-5 as the Magicians go 0 for 1 as the puck is launched out by the Midgets. Sets at icing with 2:47 to play in the opening period. Shots are 11-5. Minot, they lead 3-1. Well, when you look back to last year, it was a good year for the Dickinson Midgets. They went 7-7 inside of region play. They were 12-13 overall. They beat Williston on the 16th of February to keep their season alive. They beat them 4-1. Then they had to play Minot the next day, and they beat the Magicians last year 6-1 to stamp their ticket to the state high school hockey tournament. At the point, Bonebreak has it here, top of the circle. 2:25 to play in the opening frame. Fillion's back behind the net, trying to wheel and deal. Fillion from behind the cage works it back to the point. Bonebreak has it. Top of the circle, tried to send it in. Fillion, fancy move, a drive. That one hit traffic in front. Fillion has it near side wall. It's taken from him and moved out to center where Bonebreak has it and sends it back in from the near wall to the far wall down to the far end of the ice. The puck is worked away back to the blocker's side of Knob, and the Magicians have it again here with Morelli only momentarily. Morelli forechecking. Very hard, clears the puck around the end wall. Minot High still has it in the offensive zone. Hunter Culp with a howitzer from the line, and the glove save from Knob stops the play with about 48 to play here. The first still 3-1 Minot High. Dickinson got to the state high school hockey tournament where they ended up seeing a buzzsaw Grand Forks Central. Riley Wittenberg turned aside 40 in the contest. Central had too much. Grand Forks Central went on to win the state title, by the way. The next day, Dickinson played Bismarck High to see if they could keep their season alive, and it was Mike Peluso's club in the consolation bracket that took it to the Midgets 4-1. Wittenberg only saw 20 shots in the contest. He stopped 16 of them. 90 seconds remain in the opening period. Minot High in the offensive zone, but it's the Midgets with the puck, and out to center with it is Evan Grohl. He walks over center ice, taken and dumped back in behind the net by Braden Grohl, and behind the goaltender for the Magi who got the call tonight, Trey Sortland. Here come the Magi up to center ice. Casey Feld bumps it ahead into the offensive zone, but with possession is Morgan Wardner. Wardner's got real estate. Starts the rush out of his own end. Bumps it up off the glass to Cody Shepard. Tatum Hurts had him lined up, but he let him get away without plastering him on the near side wall. Could have been a charge on Hurts. You heard the 1-minute call. Back at center ice. Mason Deal moved it into the offensive zone. Chipped up. And here come the Midgets the other way. This is Wardner. Make it 2 instead. Giese walks in. Fires one on. Sortland makes the stick save. Thongfett in the corner in his own D end. Battling for the puck with 2 Midgets. 30 seconds remains in the period. Down beneath his own net. Thongfett takes it off the glass. Fired it forward and hit a stanchion in the glass. Came down right in front of him, but he somehow gets it up to Deal, and Deal crosses it down into the Dickinson end. 17 seconds in the period. Midgets trying to clear their own end. Maybe one more opportunity as Giese moves it up ahead to Shepard all the way down. Is it an icing? It is with 8 seconds to play here in the first. 3-1 Minot High. Leading the contest here this afternoon. A faceoff will come on Jared Knob's glove side. First International Bank and Trust intermission report right around the corner. We'll hear from Midgets head coach, 6 years behind the bench for Dallas Kuntz. Cut him down, kids. We're at 5-4. Morelli, the shot in front, hit traffic. 3-2. Here's the horn, and at the end of 1. The Magi are in the driver's seat to this West Region showdown. They lead 3-1 at the end of one. We'll tell you how we got there. We'll hear from the Dickinson coach. We'll look around the hockey world. And we'll be back with the second. As Minot High off to a good start this afternoon. Again, they lead 3-1 at the end of one. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Broadcast Network is brought to you by the UPS Store, First International Bank, Planet Pizza, Granite Springs Water, Homesteaders, Vibeto Orthodontics, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, First Western Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Bremer Bank, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Souris Valley Dental, and ProStyleProduction.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Time's up front. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. From me and Marianne to Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
10, 9, 8,
First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. First International has you covered. Let's go back to the press box for the stats, analysis, and everything else Magi hockey.
Well, both coaches coming into tonight's matchup said their key to the game was the first goal of the night, and well, it certainly held true. The Magicians found it, and they found a 3-1 lead at the end of 17 minutes. Shots on goal are 14-6 in favor of the Magi, and they have two more on the board than the Dickinson Midgets in this one. Nick Hulberg here for the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. 2:51 in, it was Minot with the goal, and it was Mason Deal netting his first of the year. The senior captain's on the board for the Magi. 4 games in, 1 point now for Mason Deal. He was amped up to get things rolling. Didn't take long. They were announcing the Deal goal inside of Pepsi Rink here at Mesa Arena, and as they were doing it, it was Kyler Stemberg and Peyton Fillion that set up Aiden Morelli. And Morelli picks up goal number 3 on the year, point number 3 for him. Morelli and Fillion continue to impress. Stemberg gets on the sheet as well. Nice play there. Minot High went to the power play moments later. And it was Dickinson that went to the power play a few moments later. And with the goal for the Dickinson Midgets was number 34. That's Joe Pavick. havoc on the year, netting goal number 1. That's point number 4 for him. Also on the assist on the play for the Midgets was skater number 3, Morgan Wardner. Also assisting was number 22, Cody Shepard. Worked it around the offensive zone of the power play, back up to the point, and a slap shot was sent in and tipped in front of the net that found its way through. Minot High then responded moments later at 10:05 remaining in the period, and it was Ashton Hillman picking up his first varsity goal. He was amped up as well. Nick Murphy got the assist on the play. That's where we sit after 17 minutes here in this West Region matchup inside of Pepsi Rink. We'll take a break and come back to the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. We'll hear from Dallas Kuntz, Program Director of Dickinson Youth Hockey and the head coach of the Dickinson Midgets. We'll hear his thoughts on how things are going in the direction they're headed in the southwest corner of the state. I think you'll enjoy it. Hang around for that. It's next. Minot High leads 3-1 at the end of one. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Welcome back to our First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. We're now joined by the Dickinson Midgets head coach, Mr. Dallas Kuntz. And first of all, Dallas, thanks for some time here this afternoon.
I appreciate it. Always good.
Dickinson comes into the Mesa Arena this afternoon on the top of the West Region standings after a nice start, going 3-0 to start the year. You guys fell to Century last night at on your home ice against a Century team that obviously has some power. Tell us about that hockey game last night and your thoughts on the West Region start so far for your Midgets Hockey Club.
Well, I thought last night we actually started pretty strong. We were skating with them, got about mid-first period, and they were rolling 4 lines. We're rolling 2.5, 3 lines, and once they got one, Century's just a fast hockey team. It's speed that we haven't seen yet this year, and we have a lot of young guys playing their first year of varsity hockey, and it was a learning experience.
We talk a little bit about some of the parity inside of West Region hockey, but there certainly is a cliff, and now it seems like this Dickinson program starting to climb into the upper echelon of that with another appearance at the state tournament last year. Those top 4 teams in the West Region kind of falls off from before. Your thoughts overall on where the West Region of North Dakota high school hockey is heading, and from your guys' view of being one of the teams that's really starting to emerge as one of the better programs out west?
Well, I think all of us, for years you got Minot, you got Bismarck High, and you have Century. Kind of the big 3. Obviously we're happy to be mentioned in that, but consistency. If we want to do some damage at state or kind of move past the just getting to state, I feel like we got to crap that top 3. You got to bounce a Minot, a Century, or a Bismarck High out of the standings if you want to get a good seed going into the tournament. So Western North Dakota hockey, though, I think it's getting better. I know Williston has some freshmen. They brought up some Bantams. Skilled hockey players that are learning. Mandan, Botno, same way. Us, Jamestown's young this year. So there is a cliff there, kind of, and I think we're right on the edge, kind of trying to keep our balance up top, but, you never know. So games like last night and especially tonight against Minot, good test for us early in the season.
Last year, I was very interested to find out that you're the program director for Dickinson Youth Hockey. A fantastic role for you to be in with your experience and obviously your role with the high school program. How big was that state tournament appearance last year, knocking out Minot, heading to Grand Forks, just in the youth program and what you've seen? I know for me and my experience, 92 and 2015, after the Magi won the state title, there was just an uproar in the youth hockey community and the numbers continuing to rise. Is it the same way in Dickinson here again this year?
Yeah, it is. Last year, we went from 1 Bantam team to 3 this year. We got 3 Pee Wee teams. Our youth numbers are huge. And you're right, beating a team like Minot on their home ice to make it to state, for us, a team that hasn't beat Minot in a very long time, it's big for us. You talk about a program building win. That's exactly what it was last year. And at the youth programs, you start seeing them play those bigger towns. Like, hey, if they can do it, we can too. So it's awesome. Being the program director is rewarding. Get to work with 3-year-olds all the way up to 18-year-olds and try to build a program. And I think we're on the right path.
Numbers-wise for you guys, are you seeing a gradual incline throughout time in that youth program? Is it continuing to rise? Any idea what the number is of players in the program right now? Don't mean to put you on the spot without having it on paper in front of you, but where is the Dickinson program at right now?
Well, I'm actually putting a report together for my Park and Rec, so I know exactly. 5 years ago, we were right around 200, 220 skaters. This year in our program, we're right at about 430. So. Wow. In 5 years, we've almost doubled program size. That also coincides with the new rink that was built 5 years ago. We opened that up. So increase in ice time, we're able to do the learn to play hockey sessions, learn to skate sessions, intro to hockey, stuff like that I know Brian does here in Minot. We're able to do a lot of that. And, we do have gaming like Minot does, charitable gaming that helps fund. So we're able to keep the cost low for kids. So hockey used to be that, expensive kind of rich person sport. Isn't anymore. We're allowing kids, everybody has a chance to play.
I love to hear that. It's fantastic, not only for Dickinson, but for all of North Dakota, all of the West region, hockey in general as a sport. I think it's fantastic. Great job with that. When you talk about your own self and your time with the Dickinson Midgets, you played back in the early 2000s. Did you ever think that at that time you'd end up in a role like this and have such an impact on where the sport you love so much is going down in your hometown?
Not a chance. Not a chance to be in my footsteps. It really is surreal. I just sit back some days and think like, wow, it's 17 years ago I graduated. Now I'm here embedded in the program, but it's something that I love to do. It wasn't a dream career for me back then, but obviously people change, and to be able to put my skates on every day and work in our program, work with the high school kids, little kids, it's awesome. I don't feel I really work a day in my life.
Back to business tonight, with all the personal stuff aside. This one could get personal tonight. Minot High and Dickinson, and a rivalry that's starting to brew. Cody Shepard, Ryan Bren, Braden Grohl, guys that lead your team in scoring right now, and a couple goaltenders. Sounds like Knobs got the start tonight. What do you look for out of some of your key guys to get a win over a hungry Minot High team that certainly wants some revenge here tonight on their home ice?
Well, leadership. Those guys you mentioned. I mean, we go to them like if they're running on all cylinders, we're running on all cylinders. They need to be aggressive. That's one thing with Minot. You always know first 5-6 minutes of the game they're going to come out and try to pound you into submission. So, the Brens, the Grohls, the Shepards, guys like that, we're going to need them to match that aggressiveness. And if they do, I like our chances.
How big is an early goal tonight for your hockey club to kind of silence this hockey team?
Huge. I know last time we played them, that was a big thing for us to get out and get a lead, especially on their home ice. If we do give one up, we got to forget about it and move on. But, first goal is going to be big in this hockey game. It's, a game of momentum, and if we can get the first one, I think that'd be great for us.
Should be a lot of fun tonight. I sure appreciate your time. Fantastic job with the program down there on the youth level all the way up to the high school, Dallas. It's fantastic to hear that things are really headed in a good direction for Western North Dakota, and your leadership down in Dickinson certainly is a huge part of that. Great job overall, and thanks for some time here today.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you.
That's Dallas Kuntz, the head coach of the Dickinson Midgets. When we come back to the First International Bank and Trust intermission report, we'll look back to the scoring from the period. Dickinson, Minot High on 1390 KRRZ and ProStyleProduction.com. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
This broadcast on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by the UPS Store, First International Bank, Planet Pizza, Granite Springs Water, Homesteaders, Vibeto Orthodontics, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, First Western Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Bremer Bank, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Souris Valley Dental, and ProStyleProduction.com.
Throughout the the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Let's go to the ice with the voice of the Magi. Here's Nick Hulberg.
Time for our second set as Minot High gets geared up with a 3-1 lead to start period number 2. Minot High will travel from the left to the right here in the middle frame, right to the left for the Dickinson Midgets. Great conversation there, the First International Bank and Trust intermission report with Dallas Kuntz. Great for hockey in Western North Dakota. Sure appreciate his time as always. Wonder what the words were said. Wonder what words were said in the room between periods 1 and 2. His team is down 3-1 at the end of one, courtesy of Hillman, Morelli, and Mason Deal. 3-1 to start the second. Minot High gathers the puck in their own defensive zone, and they try to push it up to center ice as it's handled on the near side wall and worked ahead forward by the Midgets. Only momentarily. Landon Amon gets it, brings it into Cody Shepard. They carry it into Minot High territory, but the Magicians take it away. And here's Stenberg back into the neutral ice zone and then down into the offensive side of the ice surface for the Magi. Stenberg's got it underneath the bottom of the circle. Scrum continues here with Brandon. Brandon is going to free it only momentarily. Stenberg's got it back. Oh, no, he's pounded from behind. That was an ugly hit. Doesn't look like it was intentional. Stenberg's back onto his feet. That was an ugly one from Quinn Lewis. Nothing but numbers 22 facing his direction, and he buried Kyler Stenberg into the end wall, and Stenberg is rattled. Blood on the chin of Kyler Stenberg. He goes to the Minot High bench. He's going right to the training room. He's going to get some help from Trinity Sports Medicine. Man, you don't like seeing ones like that. That was an ugly hit right from behind. That's going to be a 5-minute major and a 10-minute misconduct. Standard practice in North Dakota high school hockey. Any boarding or checking from behind is a 5-minute major penalty. No exception here. I'm almost surprised he didn't get the gate. I thought that was an ugly one. 16:15 to play here in the second. Minot High up 3-1. They get another opportunity on the man advantage. This will only be their second power play of the hockey game. Let's see what the Magi can do. A lot of emphasis was put on the extra attacker after Bismarck Century held the Magicians to 0 power play goals in the 10 attempts that they had on Thursday night down at the VFW Sports Center. Only 1 day to work on it. Let's see if the Magi have tuned it in just a little bit better. Up to center. Here's Hertz. He'll dump it back. Get behind the goaltender Dobb. 4 minutes, 30 seconds of major power play time for the Magi as Nick Murphy's got it. Bottom of the circle. Far side point. Feld handles here. Works it back to Murphy. Center slot. Murphy takes it away to the near side wing. Out for a Sunday stroll. Now he hits the brakes and works it to the point for Hertz. Hertz at the line, had it swept away from him. Deal's back up there to help out, and Deal regains control for the Magi, and Deal works it down the wall back to Murphy near wall. This is the right side of the radio dial underneath the goal line. Here for the Midgets, they regain control, and this one's taken and fired all the way down. Nice play for Morgan Wardner. Out to play it was Sortland. He leaves it back in behind the net, 6 inches off the end wall. 2 minutes into the second, Minot High's up by a pair. It's 3-1 with 3:45 remaining of power play time. Into the offensive zone for the Magi, controlling his Hauser, sends it in front. Hauser onto the backhand in front of the net for Morelli. Gobbled the bouncing puck out of the air, sent it down to the corner. Now Fillion goes to work. His dad was one of the greatest to ever play for the Magicians back in 1991, 92, and 93. Puck is sent the length of the ice, and Cody Shepard on the forecheck shorthanded has possession. And he's down in Minot High territory here with 3:15 to play here on the power play. 14:28 to play in the second. How about Cody Shepard right now? Still has the puck underneath the Minot High goal line. He's going to haul Plemmel down. Plemmel gets him back, and now the Magicians push it out to center with Room and Riley Opperud. Near side wall. Opperud's in, top of the circle. Underneath the goal line, going for a walk with it now is Fillion, and Peyton Fillion's at the bottom of the circle on the glove side. Fillion sends it in front. His pocket was picked, and now with room the other way comes Ryan Bren. Bren's in. Cody Shepard's there also diving in front of the shot from Bren was Riley Opperud. Nice play from Opperud. Comes right in front of Sortland. Sortland makes the stop, and the faceoff will come back in Minot High territory. 2:40 to play on the power play. The major call. 13:54 to play here in the middle frame. 3-1 Minot High on top of the Dickinson Midgets. It's interesting when you hear the conversation from the Dickinson coach, the progression of the program. At the next whistle, we'll talk about some of the former players that have moved on to junior careers. Recently, some of the best have come through the program at Dickinson. Murphy across. Thonfett sends it in. Intercepted, and Joey Pavek's got it. Pavek skates it out one-on-one. He's in on Murphy. Pavek turns and fires. Sortland made the save, and then Murphy rails Pavek. He goes sliding into the end wall. The Magicians bring it back the other way up to neutral. Into the offensive zone, it's Mason Deal, top of the circle near wing. Pushed down back to Nick Murphy. Murphy back in front to Deal. The miscue was there. The Midgets have it back, and Braden Grohl clears it 200 feet the length of the ice, and out to play it again is Sortland. Sortland's got a pad strap that has come loose on the left skate. That could be bad news for Trace Sortland, the goaltender. He doesn't realize that strap could be getting underneath that skate momentarily. Morelli's got it back at the point. Feld tunes it in, tipped in front by Philly, and it went wide. A minute and a half on the 5-minute major for the Magi as Feld has it. Top of the circle, sends it in, loose in front of the net, worked back up to the point, and Opperud has to come back to center to regain control. Backhand pass from Opperud off to Fillion, and Fillion's got it back over the center ice dot. He's in. Fillion with speed, dropped it back. Stenberg tees it up, and it went wide. Puck goes back away to Opperud, far point, sends it down. Fillion, far circle, into the slot, back door, back to Stenberg. Up to Plemmel, a minute on the power play. Opperud far side, and Opperud has it. Dropped it back over to Fillion, top of the circle, sent it in front. Pocket was picked, and it's launched 200 feet right into the catching mitt of Trey Sortland as Jackson Murphy sent it all the way down to the other end of the ice. 40 seconds remains on the Magi power play. John Grubb, Jordan Willard, Jason Bennett, they all played forward for the Magi. Two of them went on to D1 hockey careers at the college level. Offsides a call on the Magi. The other, that's Jason Bennett, playing at Minot State University. And I wouldn't say they're animated about the power play, not being able to convert yet on the 5-minute major or even registering a great shot on goal, but knowing those hockey minds over on the Minot High bench, you would have to assume they're having some frustration with their high school hockey program being unable to find the back of the net on the 5-minute major power play. The percentage continues to go down. It's only a big deal considering they went 0 for 10 against Bismarck Century on Thursday night, the top team of the West, and that was the key to the hockey game. They're going to go 0 for 2 tonight against the Midgets. One of them's a 5-minute major. As out of the box now for Dickinson comes Quinn Lewis, and the Magi are back into the offensive zone with it, but the puck is taken up the near side wall, and Joey Pavek has it again. Pavek's into the offensive zone, turns it, fires, Sortland a save, tried to gobble it up, thought he had it, puck's behind the net. Way to the far side wall, big hit there from Hertz. As the puck is pushed out to center, Murphy's got it, slow to get up with Pavek as Hertz pounded him on the end wall. Stenberg's back out, turns it, fires it, knocked down, blocked by traffic. Hertz at the line, wrister sent it wide to the blocker side, and the puck goes back up to the far side point. In front of the net for the Magi. It's Hertz back at the line. Sent in. Tip. Morelli. Stenberg's there as well. Shot, save, rebound. Oh, juicy one out in front of the cage. The pads were kicking. Knob made the save. His 12th of the hockey game. And the Midgets work it back into Minot High territory. 10:20 to play in the second. Minot High up 3-1. This is an entertaining matchup here this afternoon on Hockey Day in the Magic City at the Pepsi Rink. Stenberg back into the offensive zone on the forecheck. He's got the help of Philly and Morelli. And back at the blue line in his own D zone, it's Bonebreak with control up to Hertz. He lost it to Cody Shepard, and Shepard dumps it back in behind Trey Sortland. Sortland left it behind for Bonebreak. The young goaltender moved it away from his D-man, and it was Shepard that regained control of it for the Midgets, but now it's Morelli that bumps it back up to center. Dumped out of the corner behind Sortland. On the retrieve is Bonebreak. 9:40 to play here in the second. Fired out to neutral, and the Magi dump it in with Stenberg down to the corner, where on the retrieve is Joey Pavic handling here again. Joey Pavic, the junior forward, into the offensive zone, turns it towards the net. Delayed call coming on the Magi. And the power play will come back out for the Midgets. It's a holding call. And who will it be on for Minot High? I'm not exactly sure. Let's see. Eric Steele's got the signal. And to the box for the Magicians is 26. Taking the seat, that's Dawson Knutson. Second power play of the night for the Midgets back on the ice. Well, we started talking about some of the Midgets that have gone on to good junior careers. Jersey Martin made it up to the Estevan Bruins of the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League. Peter Pavic's playing at the University of Mary, ACHA Division II. They give Minot State a good run the other night, by the way. Minot State beat them 8-1 here at Pepsi Rink, and then Mary tied the Beavers on their home ice. The other, of course, is Michael McChesney, who's maybe the best player to ever play in the program at Dickinson, turning out of the corner, firing on. That was Ryan Brand, fired right into the chest of Sortland. He hangs tied to it. Mike McChesney still at Estevan, playing for the Estevan Bruins in the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League. Dallas Coots hoping that McChesney is a Division I college athlete. Sport of ice hockey. Thought that there's some good possibilities that he could be off the draw. Drive comes in. Sortland made the stick save. Peter Pavic's over there to brush it away up to the point. Held it at the line and back in with it. Wardner's going to bring it center. Slot a drive. Waffle board save from Sortland. Sortland made the stop. Then he put the stick right into the midsection of a Dickinson skater in front of the net. Still in front of the net. The drive comes in. Sortland the save. Rebounds behind the net. And Trey Sortland makes his two biggest stops of the hockey game. Plays with a little bit of aggression back there as well as it's taken out to center ice. And Stenberg shorthanded into the offensive zone. Near side wall looking for the outlet. Moves it back into the defensive territory where Hunter Cope has it. And Cope moves it back ahead forward, but offsides is called on the Midgets as Hunter Cope moved it ahead. Trey Sortland made a stop, and then right in front of him, I believe it was Ryan Brand that was right there that kind of bumped into Trey Sortland, and Sortland used the toe of that goal stick. Gave him a little poke from behind to the front of the belly button. Kind of looked like Ed Belfour back in his glory days. Old Fast Eddie was good with the stick, wasn't he? Good for a few penalty minutes a game, as it seemed. The former UND goaltender that won a national title in 1987. Went on to a great career in the National Hockey League with the Chicago Blackhawks. He won a cup with the Dallas Stars, played at Florida and Toronto. Fired all the way down by the Magi here. The penalty kill, 7:54 to play in the second period. 26 seconds on the Dickinson power play with a 3-1 lead. The Magi have the penalty kill out and firing on all cylinders. Cody Shepard's at center ice calling for the puck. He receives it. He skates into the Minot High end. Down behind Sortland. Shepard works it around the near side wall. Back up to the point. Drive coming to the front of the cage. It went wide on the glove side. Far side wall. It's Ryan Brand again. That's met there by Ben Bonebreak. Fresh out of the box for the Magi. 26 for the Magicians. Lance Knudsen and the Magicians are full strength and back at neutral ice with possession of the puck. It's the Midgets with Room and Giese. Geesey had his pocket picked by Mason Deal. Got the first goal of his season tonight. Fires one in, a hard wrister into the catching mitt of Knob. And Knob hangs tight with 7:06 to play here in the second period. 3-1. Minot High with the lead. We'll hear from Tatum Hertz. And our next intermission report brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. Had a nice conversation with the senior defenseman talking about the importance of his role as the only senior on the blue line for the Magi. Thongfett here on the near side wing. Moved it into Hillman. Near corner, down low, right side of the radio dial. Puck underneath the bottom of the circle, not quite to the goal line. A 2-for-2 scrum continues. 6:49 to play in the period. Trying to move it ahead forward for the midgets on the near side is Urlacher. And it comes back out to center ice where Evan Grohl will move it ahead forward. And Thongfett's on the retrieve. Gabe Thongfett back in his own territory. Pavic crashes in. Sortland hangs tight to it. And the faceoff will come on Sortland's blocker side here with 6:34 to play in the second. Well, when you start thinking about the progression of North Dakota high school hockey in the western side of the state, hearing that Mike McChesney is still at Estevan playing for the Estevan Bruins and having some success for Estevan, you know the times are certainly changing off the draw. Drive comes in. Trey Sortland makes the stop, and he hangs tight to it. When you think about the glory days and back in the day of North Dakota high school hockey, there haven't been too many guys moving on to the next level. Certainly not Junior A in the Estevan, for the Estevan Bruins in the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League. Hearing that there's some players moving on to the next level out of places like Dickinson, out of Williston. A few here and there sure helps the program and hockey in general for North Dakota. Great to see it. Hearing those Dickinson program numbers on the rise like that, also great news. Hauser at center ice for the Magi on the near side wall. Got it back to Hertz, and he just slingshots it into the offensive zone. Back in behind Knob, and Knob's going to go to a knee and put the catching mitt on top of it. He'll hang tight to it. Faceoff will come on Dickinson's goaltender's blocker side here with 5:51 to play in the second. 3-1. Minot High has the lead. Stenberg will be in on the draw. Mike McChesney, 30 points in 30 games played, by the way, for the Estevan Bruins. That's this year, 15 goals, 15 assists. If you're at the top of the list in the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League for a team in the SJ, doesn't matter how good or bad that team is, if you've got 30 points in 30 games, that's a pretty good pace. Good for Mike McChesney, former Dickinson midget. Dumped in from center ice by Stenberg, far side wall, 5 1/4. Making 5:20 to play here in the seconds. Minot High's up 3-1. But the midgets are back in with Joey Pavic. Centering feet a drive. Oh, Sortland robbed him. Point blank range. Highway robbery from Sortland on the 2-on-1 of the Magi are back in. Stenberg tried to feed it to bone break. Too far in front of him, and Pavic pushes it back out to center again. Cody Shepard's got it back to Pavic. Shepard, center slot, turns and fires up and wide. And then Hunter Cope got into Shepard. Puck came back out to center ice where Joey Pavic let it go to the far wall for Wardner. And Wardner just dumps it back in behind Sortland. Bone break on the retrieve. Hounded there by Braden Grohl. 4:38 to play here in the second. Minot High's up 3-1. Right in front of the net. Deadly turnover. Hunter Cope gave it away to Cody Shepard, and Shepard has it again. A drive, a save, rebound. Hit the side of the iron. Puck is freed by the Magi. And out to center. They bring it with Mason Deal, and Deal's in. Deal, top of the circle, turns and fires. Oh, hit the waffle board. Trying to pick that far corner. It went just wide. From center, Deal hammers it back in behind the net. What an entertaining hockey game here this afternoon. Two evenly matched hockey teams for the most part, sitting on a 3-1 score. The Magicians have the lead. Hit from behind, and Hertz runs into Cody Shepard, and Hertz is going to go to the box. That's going to be a 5-minute major. Will it be a boarding or a checking from behind? We'll find out as Hertz will have a seat in the sim bin. Andy Carton had the call. 3:59 to play here in the second. Shots have climbed to 17-15. Minot High with that advantage and the 2-goal lead. Andy Carton and Eric Steele talk in the referee's circle with their hands over their mouth. The secret conversation, if you will, results in a 5-minute major for boarding. Hertz will be in the box for the remainder of the second. Dickinson can score on this as many times as they want. It's their third power play of the game. That's been one thing to this hockey game today. You have to give credit where credit's due. And Andy Carton and Eric Steele, I thought, have called a great game.
5 minutes for boarding.
When the referees let them play and just call the blatant stuff, it just makes for such a better contest. There's been some stuff. There's been some stick work behind the play. There's been some big hits in the hockey game. As we know, not every big hit results in a penalty. Called it clean today, letting the boys play. Minot High's bench wanted one there as Fillion was interfered with. They don't get the call. Midgets have control at center, and they're going to dump it back in behind Trey Sortland with 3:35 to play here in the second. Puck is hammered out and down the length of the ice. Back to pick it up in his own D zone. This is Morgan Wardner. Back up at center. It's taken here. Moved ahead by Evan Grohl. He'll dump it in. Magi have it again. They launch all the way down the length of the ice. Nice play there from Oproot. Trying to bump it off the back of the goaltender. Knob that was out to play it was Stenberg. Just missed the pad, and the puck's back at center now, where the Midgets move it back in about in high territory. Stenberg has it again. Launches out to center. And the Midgets regain control back in their own territory as they set up shop with one-man aggressive for the Magi. That's Casey Feld. Out to center ice. It's pushed again. Feld on the back check, on the forecheck for the Midgets. This is Ryan Bren, and Bren's got it down to the corner where he's met by Ben Bonebrink. Dickinson with control. They set up the power play with 3:38 remaining on their man advantage, but there's only 2:35 in the second to play. Minot High trying to hang on to their 3-1 lead as the Midgets move it across to Joey Pavic. That came right across the slot. A drive, a save. Sortland rebound in front of the net. Puck taken here by Bonebrink. Trying to fire it away. It's taken by Bonebrink again. Pavic right there with them. And Ryan Bren's got it back. Joey Pavic, far side wing. Comes down low. Pavic moves it back up to Ryan Bren. Back down low to Pavic. Bottom of the circle. Back to the point. Moved ahead forward and out to center ice. Here's Stenberg short-handed. Trying to move it away forward. He's got help with Feld. That's Casey Feld right in front of the Minot High bench along with Stenberg, but the pocket is picked and Shepard's back in. Shepard all alone. Shepard makes a move and lost it. Player on the ice for the Magi. Feld was run into by Bonebrink, his own player. Then there was a hit after the whistle. And Bonebrink's going to the sin bin as he rocked Shepard. As Feld was hit by Bonebrink in his own end, two teammates. Bonebrink's off to the penalty box. Minot High is going to be shorthanded on a 5-on-3 as Andy Carton's got the call, and it's a 2-minute unsportsmanlike on the Magi. Dickinson's going to call a timeout. We'll do the same thing. 3-1 Minot High with the lead. A minute 45 remains in the second. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
My name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Let's go to the ice with the voice of the Magi. Here's Nick Hulberg.
Well, Dickinson uses their timeout here with a minute 46 to play in the second period. They trailed 3-1, but they've got a 5-on-3 power play as Ben Bonebrink has to take a 2-minute timeout in the penalty box on the unsportsmanlike call. So the midget power play comes back to the ice. 5-on-3. Minute 46 to play here in the period. Huge thanks again to United Agronomy, Homesteaders, Granite Springs, Water and Ice, UPS Store, Minot Hockey Boosters, Bremer Bank by Beto Orthodontics, Buffalo Wild Wings, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Qdoba, Ralph's Plumbing, Premier Chiropractic, and IMM. They bring you the action this afternoon from the Pepsi Rink here on 1390 KRRZ. And at ProStyleProduction.com, Joe Pavek's into the offensive zone. Sent to cross on the blocker's side of Sortland. Puck is handled by Shepard. Shepard walks across the blue line. Drop back. Brand twos it up loose in front of the net. The Magi have it with Morelli. Tries to clear high off the glass. He does it. And all the way down it comes to the glove side of Knob, who's out to play it at the bottom of the circle for Shepard. You'll hear Duffy Dobek with the 1 minute call in 5 seconds. The Midgets trying to bring it back within one. They trail 3-1.
1 minute remaining in the second period.
Ryan Brand's in, fires, went wide, caromed off the glass, and a funny one came to Fillion, and Fillion fires it out and down 200 feet. Thank you, Duffy Dobek, on the 1 minute call. 5-on-3 is how we're going to end the second period with the Dickinson power play on the ice as they skate it up through neutral. They walk in over the Minot high stripe, and Ryan Brand ups it down and behind Sortland. Moved around to the near side wing, and the puck goes all the way back out to center, and Cody Shepard's on the retrieve. I'm surprised Dickinson got beat 10-0 by Bismarck Century last night. I think Dickinson's got more firepower than some people might assume. Top of the circle, in front of the net it comes. On the retrieve, Peyton Hansen tried to move it ahead. We're down to the final 10 seconds as the puck came back out to center. Cut him down, kids. 7, 6, 5. We're at 4. This will be an ice, and you'll have to take a break with 3 seconds remaining here in the second. Faceoff will come to the Knob's glove side. Well, you talk about some of those elite players like Mike McChesney that's on a point per game pace in the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League, Manitoba Junior League. Easton Bennett, one of the best to ever come through the Magi program, having a pretty good year as well for the Steinbach Pistons. Bennett in 28 games up in Manitoba has got 7 goals and 7 assists for 14 points. Here's the horn at the end of 2. Minot High leads 3-1. We'll hear from Tatum Hertz. We'll have the recap of the scoring. Nothing changed from the first to the second. We'll look around the hockey world as well, and we'll be back inside the Pepsi Rink for Hockey Day at the end of 34 minutes. Minot High leads this one. It's 3-1 at the end of 2 periods played. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knob. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
It's time for the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. First International has you covered. Let's go back to the press box for the stats, analysis, and everything else Magi hockey.
At the end of 2, Minot High leads this one 3-1. This is the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. Nick Hulberg, the voice of Magi hockey, up here in the press box at Pepsi Rink. Happy to be bringing you the game here this afternoon on 1390 KRRZ and, of course, at ProStyleProduction.com. Goals in the first period coming from Mason Deal, his first of the year, just about 3 minutes in. Put the Magi in the driver's seat. They haven't looked back since. Another goal from Aiden Morelli, his team-leading third of the year. He was assisted by Philly and also by Stenberg. Joey Pavic scored for Dickinson on the power play. He was assisted by Wardner. Also getting an assist was Cody Shepard. And then Minot High's Hillman gets his first varsity goal, assisted by Nick Murphy. That's all we have to report in the contest. Shots are 17-16. Minot High leads 3-1. Special guest in the booth, our former color commentator for the Minot High Magicians hockey broadcast, probably better known for his work with the Minot High defensive corps during their 2015 state championship run. Former Magician, former Beaver, former Lumberjack, former junior player for the Bozeman Ice Dogs. It's Tony Swearingen up here in the booth. Tony, thanks for some time. How you been, man?
Good. How you been?
I've been great. Good to see you. I know that you're currently working at On the Clock with Beck Sports Network right next to us here, calling the games on TV, and something that after your time here with Minot High on the radio and our work together, Beck has really found a nice spot with you over there. Talk about that just a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice working for an organization like Beck TV, and they do so many different things for everybody, across the state as far as the communities go, and to be able to bring you volleyball one day and then bring you a whole bunch of hockey games the next. I mean, what other network can do that for you?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Your thoughts on this hockey game, your analysis, something that, of course, we always miss up here in the booth. 3-1 Minot High at the end of 2 periods played. Your thoughts on the hockey game overall? It's certainly entertaining here this afternoon at Pepsi Rink on Hockey Day.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun game to watch. It's fast-paced up and down the ice. One thing that I have taken away out of this game through the first 2 periods is that it was a tale of 2 periods. The first period, Minot High controlled the game, hands down. Second period, Dickinson pretty much controlled the period. I know the scoreboard's still the same as it was at the end of the first, but the fact of the matter is Minot's got to get something straightened out here. They haven't been able to control the puck. Their puck possession is down, and they can't set up the power play. And if you're not taking advantage of special teams, you're not going to be very successful down the road.
Well, they went 0 for 10 against Century on Thursday night on the power play. It was a big emphasis for the coaching staff in the one practice they got yesterday. They've got guys that could score the puck. Your thoughts on the front-end players? How about Peyton Fillion is really kind of emerging, and it's always good having a Morelli in the lineup. Your thoughts?
They got guys and names all over this roster. There's no reason for them to be struggling on special teams the way they are struggling. I don't know if it's just a lack of concentration or maybe you just try to switch it up and maybe just leave the lines the way they are. Don't throw a power play unit out there. Just keep running your lines the way they are. I don't know what the answer is. I'm not on the coaching staff. But what I do know is when worst comes to worst, come playoff time, come WDA, come state, they got to have this power play going. Now, they've done a nice job killing these penalties off, but, at the same time, let's try to stay out of the box, too.
Your thoughts, I'm dying to know your defensive specialty, and that has always been your forte, playing the game. That's where you played and made your name and earned your dinner for many years on the blue line. Arguably one of the best players in the conversation, top 10 on the blue line to ever come through the program for Minot High. You are, I'm saying. And for you looking at this defensive core, that was a big question mark for me coming into the year for the Magi. I've been blown away by the play of 21 Riley Opperud and 18 Ben Bonebrake, and there's other guys back there doing a nice job as well. But your thoughts on 2 different style players, 2 different heights and weights. Opperud, the smaller of the 2, Bonebrake, the bigger of the 2. Your thoughts on these 2 kids back there and the defensive core as a whole? I've certainly been surprised in a good way by the Magicians' back end.
I'm thoroughly happy with this defensive core that Jason Bennett, John Grubb have coming through the program right now. And I had the pleasure of working with Bonebrake and Opperud and even Thongfett for that matter. I coached Thongfett all year last year. He played on my Bantam team, and to see the strides that those young men have made and the contributions that they're making at the next level, it just kind of reinforces the fact why we do what we do when we coach and why we love this game so much. And to see kids be able to excel at the next level, it's really fun and it's rewarding at the same time.
Final thing I have for you before we let you get back to work over on Beck and before we hear from Tatum Hurts, the interview that we recorded earlier on tonight. If you're Dallas Coots, the head coach of Dickinson, down by 2, 3-1 with 14 seconds of a 5-on-3 to start the third, what's the message in the room for the Midgets? And then tell us the message in the room for the Magi with a 2-goal cushion heading into the third. The coach's thoughts on both sides. What's the message being preached to get a win on both sides here with 17 left?
I think Dallas, I don't think he changes anything. I think he walks in the locker room. I think he's pretty happy with the way his team turned it around after the first period. I think he just needs to make sure that those boys are focused and they come out and they keep playing the way they're playing. They're going to get their opportunities. They still have a minute one on the power play, and 14 seconds on a 5-on-3. There's a lot that can happen here. And, as far as the Minot High locker room, I would stress if I would think that the coaching staff right now is just stressing calm. They have to calm down. They have to puck possess. If you don't possess the puck, it's hard to win hockey games. And they got away from that about midway through the second period where they're just kind of slapping the puck in and out here. And I understand that it was a sloppy period, a lot of penalties and so on and so forth. But just preach calm. The boys are fine. You got the more talented roster. Even though your record doesn't show it, you're the more talented team. Just continue doing what you're doing.
Always great to talk to you. Great
Thanks,
seeing you
Nick.
up here in the booth. We miss you on the radio, of course.
Appreciate it.
Miss the analysis. Give the family my best and happy holidays to you. Great seeing you.
Thanks, Nick.
That's Tony Swearingen, former Minot High Magicians assistant coach on the back end. He's an alumni, a former player, played for the Beavers as well. And he was our color commentator on 1390 KRRZ and at ProStyleProduction.com as well. Always love working with Tony and hearing his insights. He's always got great stuff to say, and he knows the game so well, especially on the back end. 3-1, Minot High leads this one thanks to the back end and the front end. Goals tonight from Deal, Morelli, and Hillman. One from Joey Pavic from Dickinson. That's where we sit after 2 periods played. We'll be back with the interview with Tatum Hurts from before the contest tonight. You'll hear that next to the First International Bank second intermission report. Minot High leads 3-1. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
My name is Marshall Knott. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Welcome back to the First International Bank and Trust intermission report. We're now joined by Minot High defenseman Tatum Hurts. Tatum, thanks for a little time here this afternoon before the matchup against Dickinson.
Absolutely.
Let's go back to the last game for the Magicians, a matchup with the Bismarck Century Patriots. Larry McFall and I had you dubbed as one of our stars of the game due to the physical presence in that hockey game. Talk just a little bit about your role here on the back end this year for the Magicians, one of the senior leaders back on the blue line for Minot High in a year where on the back end you guys are fairly young.
Right, yeah. I'm one of the only returning defensemen with a decent amount of varsity playing time, so just kind of got to step up and show the boys the road and how we play and how we got to be physical and just get the pucks moving up ice. Just really got to take charge back there.
Seemed like once you guys settled in just a little bit the other night, and certainly your game with that physical presence back there, it seemed like you got better throughout the 51 minutes. Your thoughts on that physical style of play? Do you like that type of play back there?
Yeah, I think especially if you could start early in the game, it gets some of the other boys to start playing a little more physical and just kind of gets us in the groove of things.
Talk a little bit about this Magicians team that, again, last year had a disappointing end to your junior campaign. Back here in the senior year, the future is bright for Minot High, and here in your last hurrah, if you will, for the Magi. What is your expectation this year of Minot High Magicians hockey? And in your mind, you have an overall goal that your team should achieve at the end of the year?
Right. I think we just got to push each other and get as far as we can. Just almost anything better than what we finished last year is kind of a disappointment last year out of some of us. But, I just think we just got to try to do our best and just push hard, push each other at practice, and just get better as the year goes on.
You were part of the last game last year where the Dickinson Midgets ended up winning here on your home ice in the West Region playing game to the state high school hockey tournament. Disappointment level for you that day, and what type of revenge level are you on today going into a matchup against Dickinson?
Right, it's just don't see much stuff like happened last year. Today, definitely a lot of redemption out there on the ice today. The other guys that were in that game last year, we know that we got a job to get done tonight, and we really got to redeem ourselves for what we did last year. So got a lot of good expectations about tonight. Hopefully it should go well. Got a lot of energy with the boys in the locker room, so just looking for a good start.
Should be fun. How do you like playing at this Pepsi rink here at Mace Arena? This place is fantastic for high school hockey, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. It's a great facility. Thankful for everyone that lets us play here. It's probably one of the best rinks I've ever played in. So.
For you, Tatum, what's the plans after high school hockey? I know that's a long way away for high school graduation, but it's always kind of fun to see what direction you're headed. Do you have any plans furthering education after high school, or any plans in the works right now that you're starting to think about?
Yeah, I'm going to try to play as much hockey as I can, even if it's nothing, just for fun, even if it has to be. But planning to be a pilot, interested in aviation, so definitely going to look into that, along with staying active, playing hockey if I can. So
fantastic stuff. Thanks for your time today. Best of luck tonight against the Dickinson Midgets.
Thank you very much.
That's Tatum Hertz, defenseman for the Minot High Magicians. When we come back to our intermission report brought to you by First International Bank and Trust, we'll look back to the stats from the period. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
My name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Let's go to the ice with the voice of the Magi. Here's Nick Hulberg.
Time for our third and final frame. Minot High and Dickinson on Hockey Day here in the Magic City. Minot High with a 3-1 lead as they start the third period. Minot High traveling from the right to the left. Midgets from the left to the right. Midgets have the power play for the next 45 seconds. Out of the box is Ben Bonebreak for the Magi as the Midgets regain control back in their own territory. They did have a 5-on-3 to start the frame, but only for a few moments. 35 seconds remains on the Tatum Hertz 5-minute call. That was a boarding that was charged to Hertz. Cody Shepard's got it in his own territory. Great hearing from Tony Swearingen at the break. It's been a while since we've talked to him on the radio. That puck was launched all the way down from Riley Opperud. It bounced right in front of the goaltender. Knob, he went to the butterfly and made the stick save. Almost made it 4-1 from 200 feet away. Puck is sent down by Bongfed. He fires it back in behind Knob, who's back behind the net to play it. And hard on the forecheck is Jack Plemmel. Plemmel trying to get on the score sheet for the Magi. It's been a while for him. Minot High back to full strength as Hertz is out of the box, and Plemmel takes it from center and launches it right back in. On the year for Jack Plemmel. He's got 1 assist, hasn't scored a goal yet. He had a pretty good campaign last year, emerging as a sophomore. Plemmel did, that is. He finished with 14 points, 6 goals, 8 assists for Jack Plemmel. Minute and a half into the third period. Minot High up 3-1. Shots are 18-16. Puck at center ice is controlled here by the Dickinson Midgets, so they just dump it down in behind Trey Sortland. Back on the retrieve, Gabe Thongfett delivered back away to Hunter Culp. Look out, Culp threw it right in front of the net. It bounced in front of Trey Sortland. Thongfett has to regain control and try to work it away to Hillman on the far side wall. They can't gain control, but the Magi are back to center. Into the offensive zone. Phil made a move and a nice play defensively. Puck was taken away by Austin Rance, and Rance pushes it up to center. Tatum Hertz is back in his own territory. Hertz fanned on the pass on the far side wall. Puck is freed in front of the net. Look out. Right there in front of the cage is Urlacher. He couldn't get a handle on it. The puck is controlled by Hertz again, who goes high up off the glass and bounces it out to center. And here's Hillman into the offensive zone. Hillman in front of the Dickinson net. Couldn't keep a handle on it. Puck is fired back to center. And the Midgets bring it back into Minot High territory. It's all of a sudden 2-on-2. Hertz is back to defend. Nice play from Hertz. Collapses that play down to the corner on the blocker side of Sortland. And the puck is now tied up at the half wall, where battling for it are the Midgets, bringing it up to the point, and a shot comes in from Wardner. It was knocked down by Nick Murphy, and Nick Murphy's got plenty of room behind his own net where he hits the brakes and starts the rush near side wing. Carries it in front of the net. Murphy hauled up on the play, delayed call coming, and Sortland goes off. The extra attacker's out of the Magi. Power play will come back to the ice, and only for the third time tonight, the power play returns for the Magi. Seeing if they can pot one with the man advantage with 13:54 to play here in the third. 2-minute tripping call. Charge to Tanner Giese. Well, an update from the college hockey world. Aiden Morelli, who's the left winger here, his cousin Mason Morelli is at St. Cloud tonight. St. Cloud State hosting UNO. University of Nebraska, Omaha. St. Cloud's up 1-0 in that hockey game. Midway through the first, Mason Morelli, the player of the month for the NCHC. Fantastic month for Mason Morelli. Morelli's having a great campaign in his college hockey senior season as the captain of the Mavericks from UNO. Morelli on the year, 9 goals, 9 assists. Puck's taken away. Joey Pavek's in, shorthanded, fires. He's stoned by Sortland, and he's stopped again. Nice save there from Trey. Sortland comes up huge on the shorthanded opportunity. Aiden Morelli's back into the offensive zone, but a stop of the play on the offsides. Puck was turned over at center ice, and Joey Pavek went to the other end of the arena. The stop was made by Trey Sortland. He commits robbery. Minute 16 remains on the power play. It's actually Cody Shepard in the box instead of Giese, 22.2. Pretty good numbers, eh, for Mason Morelli, 9-9, 18 points coming in 15 games. Not too shabby. Puck's back behind the net. Fillion going to work for the Magi. Working out of Gretzky's office with 1:02 of power play time. Puck's at the line where Operud has it. Operud takes a stroll, fires it in. It's knocked down, and it goes away to the far side boards. Can't be held in at the line. And it comes all the way down. Back in behind Sortland, who's out of the net to play it. Leaves it back for Riley Operud. Operud starts the rush up to center. Operud's in over the Dickinson stripe, goes coast to coast, turns and fires hard snapshot into the catching mid of Knob, and he hangs tight to it. Nice play from Operud, putting shot number 19 on the Dickinson net here tonight. Well, this is pretty interesting, by the way. Former Minot Minotauros goaltender Ante Tolvanen, if you remember that name. Tolvanen, probably in my mind, maybe the best player to ever play for the Minot Minotauros in the North American League. I think he's got pro potential without a doubt. Plays at Northern Michigan. He scored a goal last night. Nick Murphy's back in, fires on. The stop is made from Knob. He'll hang tight to it as Murphy fired that one from the slot. Knob corrals it with 22 seconds of the Magi power play. 12:15 to play in the third. Minot High up 3-1. First time in history at Northern Michigan, only the 11th time in the history of the NCAA Division I men's college hockey. All time, only the 11th time ever that a goaltender scored a goal. Thongfett from the line, fired in. The stick save is made. Puck comes back up to neutral ice, and with it is Casey Feld. He's going to carry it in. Feld makes a move. That one denied on the nice defensive play there from Blosky. Cody Shepard's out of the box. Big hit behind the net, and Hillman lays the body to the ice to Joe Pavic. Nice hit there, and the puck is going to be picked back up and skated ahead forward. My apologies, that was Blotsky, not Pavic. Nick Murphy's got it back into the offensive zone. Minot's bench wanted too many men on the ice. They don't get it. Joey Pavic brings it back in. On the glove side of the goaltender, Sortland. Puck picked up by Morelli. He's got his feet moving and grooving, but Cody Shepard took it from him. And Shepard's got it back behind the net now as it was dumped back in by Pavic. D-zone for the Magi, right side of the radio dial. Glove side of the goaltender, Sortland. Back at the point, stick save, went into the corner after it was rifled in by Ryan Brand. Now Kyler Stenberg hits the brakes, far side wall. Met by two midgets, comes back up to the point. And out of the zone, it escapes back to Hunter Cope, and Cope sends it in from center. 10:50 to play here in the third period. Minot High up 3-1. The midgets with real estate behind their net. Now Fillion's on the forecheck. Freed it momentarily, and it's back at center ice where Hunter Cope on the near side wing battles for it. Trying to get it away from Grohl. He does. Goes back over to Stenberg, and Stenberg has it where he's going to fire it in. Then Stenberg's railed right in front of the Dickinson bench. No call on the play. It's an offsides with 10:32 to play here in the third. It's 3-1 Minot High. 4 shots. The advantage for the Magicians at 22-18. That number got closer in the second period as Dickinson changed the game plan in the middle frame, and they certainly did a better job for the man, doing a better job against the Magi in that middle period. Heard Tony Swearingen saying at our first International Bank and Trust intermission that he was Dallas Kuntz. He wouldn't change the game plan. He thought they were making some ground up on the Magi, just trying to find a way to score one against Trey Sortland, who's been good tonight. 17 saves on 18 shots. Midgets with the puck in their own D zone, off the wall out to center ice, right in front of the penalty box. It's Ben Bonebreak that chips it back in. Shuffled ahead forward and now out to center. Comes all the way back into Minot High territory in between the two face-off dots. Now to the left when it went, now to the right from Oproot up to Bonebreak and out to center. It's going to be Bonebreak that gains control. It's a 4-on-2 for the Magi. Bonebreak is in with it, drops it back. Plemmel couldn't quite get a handle on it. Back at the point, Hauser has it, and he shuffles it down off the wall. Derwin Hauser back in behind the net, down to Feld, who's down there scrubbing for it, but with the puck in control is Wardner. Wardner with the A on his jersey representing his leadership of the Midgets. Moved it out to center ice. The Magicians trying to bring it back in. Puck comes back in behind. Minot High's defender hurts. No, it doesn't. It's moved ahead by the Magi and back into the offensive zone. It came for Plemmel. Plemmel has it here. Sends it in front. Loose in front of the net. Still loose. The drive comes in. Yawning goalmouth. This knob was out to play. A drive from Thongfett. Sent it in and went wide. Puck comes back up to Gabe Thongfett. Top of the circle. Far wall. Underneath the net. Plemmel trying to move it ahead forward, but Pavic's got it. Pavic, one of the swifter skaters in the West region, walks in over the line. Pavic's got it back. Drive came in from Pavic, and it went just wide as Sortland on the glove side. Deal spins away from a check, bounces it off the end wall, back over to Gabe Thongfett. Down to Hertz, he coughed it up, and it comes back to the center slot. Howitzer in front, off the glass in the end wall. Sortland forced to make a save. That was a hard shot from Ryan Brand. Puck moves back out to neutral ice and then into the Dickinson end. Not deep into the zone, however, as Blotsky's already carrying into Minot High territory. Cody Shepard sends it in. Puck knocked down by Hunter Cope. Moved it off of Nick Murphy, and the Magicians carry back in on a 3-on-2. Murphy's in, blocker side, sends it in front, trying to bounce it out of the air, knock it out of the air, I should say, was Hunter Cope. Cope onto his backhand, tried to feed it in front of the net, couldn't quite get a handle on it. We're over halfway through the third period. Minot High's got a 2-goal lead at 3-1. And Riley Oproot's got the puck back up to Hillman. He'll dump it back in behind Knob. 7:50 to play here in the contest. Minot High with possession to Nick Murphy. Murphy across the blue line. Oproot one-timer. A howitzer hit a shin pad there, and the puck is moved to center ice from Giese, and now Shepard's in on Sortland. Comes down for an icing. And we'll have a face-off on the glove side of the goaltender, Jared Knob. Well, that was a risky play for Sortland. The puck raced down. Shepard was in a foot race with it. I didn't see the arm come up from Jake Stack or Mike Kelly Jr., but the icing was called. Short delay. Here's the goaltender, Jared Knapp, getting some assistance on the left pad. His defenseman, Morgan Wardner, helping him out there. The faceoff will come to his blocker side. 7:35 to play in the third. The Magi are up 3-1. Fillions hit on the draw. Back in behind the net. The puck is taken here by Austin Rance. Moved it around to the far side. Stenberg to the point. Oproot has it. Sends it in. Tipped in front by Morelli, but he tipped it wide. Puck comes back up to center. And in the foot race back to retrieve is Riley Oproot, who just chips it up off the glass. Taken here by Morelli. Trying to move it ahead forward. Joey Pavic holding the zone nicely. Pavic's fun to watch. Let me tell you, 34 black. Getting it done. Fillion also fun to watch. Walks in, fires, makes the save. Then Riley Oproot snows the goaltender. Knob on top of him. Morelli's there getting into the mix as well with 12 on the other side. That's Austin Rance. Meanwhile, Oproot's on the ice on the top of the blue paint. And the Magi draw a penalty here. Is that correct? One Dickinson skater to the box. Austin Rance. And Oproot's going to have a seat in the sin bin as well. What will be the call on Oproot? Snowing the goaltender? Is that what Steele's got? That's what it looks to me. Andy Carton signals that unsportsmanlike has been called on both skaters. 7:05 to play here in the third. It's 3-1. Minot High with the lead. Trying to pick up their first region win of the year. They're 0-2 right now in the West with the losses to Century and Mandan. Meanwhile, Dickinson sits at the top of the West region at 3-1. This would be a big win for the Midgets. Here's Plemmel. Dropped it down to Feld. Back to Plemmel. One-timer was blocked by Cody Shepard and nicely. We skate 5-on-5, by the way. Is on at center ice. It's Alden that moves it ahead forward. Tried to dish it across to Giese. Puck is moved up. Big slap shot. A drive comes in. The stop is made. Cody Shepard sent that one in. Sortland denied him as he went into the butterfly. And on the doorstep, banging on it was Urlacher. And Sortland says, I don't think so. 6:31 to play here in the third period. Special thanks once again to those continued sponsors that make Magicians Hockey possible. United Agronomy, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing, IMM. Minot's finest collision center, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings by Benno Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Granite Springs Water and Ice, and Homesteaders, just to name a few of them that make Magicians Hockey possible each and every year on 1390 KRRZ and at ProStyleProduction.com. Hillman out at center. Lays the body ahead forward, moves it into the offensive zone with the help of Deal. The Magi have the puck in the offensive territory, but it's brushed back out to center ice where Hunter Cope is on the retrieve. Cope is ridden into the wall on the far side. He got the better of that ordeal on the far wing as Braden Grohl was the one that went to the ice. 5:45 to play here in the third period. Minot High up by a score of 3-1. Stenberg's got it in the offensive zone. Moves it across. Hertz has it. Hertz sends it in. Bouncing puck loose in the slot. Comes back over to the bottom of the circle far side for Morelli. He can't move it up to the points. It's taken and launched 200 feet down. And that's an icing on the Midgets here with 5:24 to play here in this third period. Faceoff coming back on the glove side of Jared Knob, who's had a nice performance here this afternoon at Pepsi Rink at the Mesa Arena. Well, Minot State was at home last night to take on the Jamestown Jimmies in ACHA play, and it was Minot State that walked onto their home ice surface and onto their locker room at the end of the night, celebrating a 2-0 win and another shutout for Bray Efforts, the former West Region Senior Athlete of the Year for the Minot High Magicians, the goaltender that won the state title for the Magi in 2015. Cody Shepard got together with Morelli on the far wall. One of them lost a mouth guard. Meanwhile, Shepard's back into the offensive zone, turns one towards Sortland, and Sortland made the save as Shepard still scrumming down low with bone break. Puck comes away to Fillion, and Fillion's got it. He moves it ahead. Up to Morelli. Trying to feed it ahead to Stenberg into the offensive zone for the Magi, but it's taken away here by Ryan Brennan. Brenn's back in. Fans the shot. Top of the circle. Glove side of Sortland. Out of the corner. Shepard turns it up. Hit the goaltender of the mask. And the Magi are trying to clear it out to center ice with Hauser, and they do it. And then it's moved ahead forward. No, it's not. It's Hauser that's got it back. Walks in. Fires one up. Into the mesh it went after the save was made by the goaltender, Jaron Knob. 3-1. Minot High with the lead with 4:19 remaining here in the contest. Place night tonight for both of these hockey teams, putting out a show for the fans that are in attendance tonight. I don't know what my guess would be tonight. Probably around 200 in attendance, if that. People starting to file in for the Bobcats-Toros matchup tonight. Teddy bear toss night. Hunter Culp was railed by Joey Pavic on the far wall. Could have been an interference. It wasn't. Flammel fires one in from just inside the blue line, and the stop is made by the goaltender, Jaron Knob. Well, next up for the Magi, they're in Bismarck to take on the Bismarck High Demons. We'll be at the Wachter Arena for that one. Larry McFall will rejoin us on the broadcast. 7 o'clock is the game time. So we will have the pregame show coming at you at 6:40 in Bismarck on Tuesday night. I'm going to double check that time before the broadcast is over. Tonight might be a 7:15 start actually in Bismarck. Get on Sortland, makes a save, and then Sortland is whacked in hard. Riley Oprud comes over to Joey Pavic and sticks up for his goaltender. Oprud and Pavic still having a conversation. I'm telling you, that Oprud kid is one that I'm excited for. He's got a little chip on his shoulder as well. Not only is he skilled, but he stands up for goaltenders. He gives them a tap after they're scored on. Does all the things right for a defenseman, the behind the scenes stuff, maybe you could call it. The stuff that sometimes goes unnoticed from on hockey people. In on a 4-on-1 are the Midgets. It's Shepard sending it in front. Nobody home, and Oprud's back at center with the puck for the Magi. Taken again by the Midgets. They dump it all the way down the length of the ice. This will be an icing. Sortland out of the net to play it. The faceoff comes back in Dickinson territory. Somehow there was a miscue where the Midgets had a 4-on-1 back in on Sortland, and Shepard couldn't find anybody in front of the net. Well, Riley Oprud officially in the program at 5'7", $140. Not the largest guy on the ice by any means. One of the younger ones, only a sophomore. Here's Bonebrink from the line, sent it in. Hit traffic in front, it went wide, and the puck is back in behind the net. Offensive zone for the Magi. Comes back the way up to center ice. Nick Murphy doing a nice job on the forecheck. Murphy's run into. Stick got up on Murphy from Shepard. The Magi are back the other way. This Dickinson team's going to be around for a while this year. They're going to cause some trouble for some teams around North Dakota. They play with a lot of an edge. I was going to say a bit of an edge, but that wouldn't be fair. These guys play like an old school hockey club. This almost reminds me of some of the older days of high school hockey. It's starting to pick up with the intensity late in the game. There's been some stick work after the whistles and behind the play throughout the night, which is always fun to see when the refs just let them play it. Dumped in from center by Morelli, and the stop is made, and hanging on to it is the goaltender Knob. 2:19 to play here in the third period. 3-1. Minot High has the lead on the Dickinson Midgets. Stick around for the Pro Style Production DJ Services postgame show. Make your event Pro Style with the Pro Style Production DJ Services team. We do everything we can to make sure your event, your celebration, your wedding, your Christmas party, whatever it may be, is exactly what you're looking for. We had a good one last night at Vibeno Orthodontics. That was a great time. Here's a drive from Thongfett from the line. Comes down low Back away to Peyton Philly and back to the point. Thongfed thought about it, tried to move it ahead forward, gets it back, sent in. Pad save there with 1:52 to play in the third. And the Magicians looking for more on the forecheck here as Aiden Morelli just tucks it down to the near side corner. It's moved back up to center for Pavic for the Midgets. And it comes away to Philly and trying to move it back away to Stenberg. At neutralized, puck dumped in by the Midgets and back in behind Sortland. It comes behind the net. We're down to the final minute 27 in the hockey game. Pass from behind the net. Broken away there by Sortland. Net is empty at the other end of the ice as Morelli has it. Tried to feed it up to Cody Shepard. Shepard got it. Riley Oprud's got it. Now Stenberg at center. There's an empty net at the other end of the ice. Puck handled by Oprud. Tries to bump it ahead forward. On the near side wall, neutralized zone. Handled here by the Midgets. Mason Deal on the near side wall. Scrumming forward. He's going to take a bid at it. Can't get much of the shot that comes down. Empty net with 57 seconds remaining here in the third period. Nick Murphy sent one towards the cage. It went wide. Back the other way up to center ice. Here come the Midgets again with Urlacher. Murphy at center. Looking at the wide open net. Comes back away to Bone Break. Make that Hunter Cope. Trying to move it ahead forward into the offensive zone of the Magi. They can't fire one towards the empty net. The Midgets have it at center again. They dump it in with Joey Pavic. On to play, and Hunter Cope wrapped it around, trying to clear the zone. Here come the Magi and Hillman. He can't clear it. This one held it at the line again. And on the far side wall, Hillman moves it into the offensive territory. 20 seconds in the contest. Sent back in behind the Minot high net. Sortland's glove side, Oprud with an 9-iron. Moves it ahead forward out to center. And here's Philly, and he's going to fire at the empty net. Sent it wide. Count them down, kids. 5, 4, 3. Shepard rails Stenberg into the wall. The horn will sound, and the Magicians are going to get their first conference win of the season. 3-1's the final. Oprud's going to give a shove to 27. That's Evan Grohl at the end of the contest. And there's tension brewing between the two hockey clubs at the end of the West Region affair tonight. 3-1, the Magi win. Good West Region contest from the Pepsi rink, and the Magicians finish with a 3-1 win tonight. Final shots on goal in this one, 28-22 in favor of the Magi. Good game tonight. Pro Style Production DJ Services postgame show is next. The Magi get a conference win against Dickinson and some redemption from last year's defeat on this same ice surface. We'll tell you how they did it when we return. Minot High wins 3-1. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Broadcast Network is brought to you by the UPS Store, First International Bank, Planet Pizza, Granite Springs Water, Homesteaders, Vibeto Orthodontics, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, First Western Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Bremer Bank, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Souris Valley Dental, and ProStyleProduction.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's time for the Pro Style Production DJ Services postgame show. Make your event Pro Style with the Pro Style Production DJ Services team. Visit ProStyleProduction.com and make your event Pro Style. Now, the Pro Style Production postgame show. Here's Nick Hulberg and Larry McFall.
Hard-hitting contest tonight. It only wrapped up as the game continued on. And Minot High walks out of their home ice surface with the 3-1 win here this afternoon on Hockey Day here in the Magic City. The Magicians get the win and their first win inside of conference play over the Dickinson Midgets. With the win today, Minot High will improve to a record on the year of 2-2 overall. They'll be 1-2 inside of West Region play. The Midgets now will be 3-2 inside of West Region play and 3-2 overall. Here's how they did it this afternoon. The Magicians got the first goal of the game. It was Mason Deal picking up the goal. It was Deal at 2:51 of period number 1. Just 2 minutes 51 seconds in, and Deal's got his first point of the year, a tally for the Magi. We didn't get the official assist up here in the booth. May have been an unassisted goal for Mason Deal. Wasn't much after that the Magicians struck again. This time it was Kyler Stenberg setting up Peyton Fillion, who set up Aiden Morelli. Fillion to Morelli. Don't you love hearing that? If you know anything about Magi hockey in the history, those are two of the most storied names, and they strike again for the team, leading 4 points for Fillion and 3 points for Morelli, all coming in the form of goals. Dickinson gets one of their own on the power play in the first period. It was Cody Shepard that sets up Wardner, who gets it off to Joey Pavic, and Pavic puts one in the back of the net. Pavic's first goal of the year, point number 4 for Joe Pavic, the junior. Pavic's a great player, fun to watch him grind it out here this afternoon. His one goal wasn't enough because the Magicians strike again, this time at 10:05 of the first. That's how much time was remaining. Nick Murphy sets it up for number 16 of the Magi. I've said it from the start of the year, watching him play, one of my favorites to watch. Ashton Hillman gets his first goal as a varsity player. Why do I like him? Well, he's one of those guys that isn't afraid to play the body, isn't afraid to play with an edge. And he's one of those guys that just seems to get under the skin, and he certainly did here tonight. And he does it with the goal, and he does it with some physical play. And the Magicians do it all around with a win with the help of their goaltender, Trey Sortland, turning aside 21 of the 22 that the Midgets shot his way on the other end of the ice. A nice afternoon and an outing for Jared Knob, who turns aside 25 of the 28 that he saw here in the contest this afternoon. The Magicians win 3-1. Good game for the Magi. Again, improving to a region record of 1-2 and an overall record of 2-2. Again, a special thanks to IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Drill, our friends at Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeno Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank, Granite Springs Water and Ice, First Western Bank and Trust, and Homesteaders bringing you the action here tonight. We'll see if Jordan Willert will join us in the booth in just a moment. We do have our stars of the game coming up, brought to you by Minot's finest collision center. We'll have those next. Then we'll put a cap on the Pro Style Production DJ Services postgame show. Magi win this one. 3-1's the final on the Pepsi Rink home ice. Nice outing for the Magi. We'll name our stars of the game next. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
My name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back to the Pro Style Production DJ Services postgame show after the Magi pick up their first region win of the 2018-2019 campaign, 3-1 over the Dickinson Midgets. Nick Hulberg now joined by the assistant coach of the Magi, Jordan Willard, for a quick conversation after the win for Minot High here tonight. Well, Coach, your hockey team certainly responded after a loss at Bismarck Century against a tough Century team Thursday night, one day of practice in between, and you guys show up on your home ice for hockey day, and you didn't disappoint. Talk about that West Region affair today. Was it just me, or was that one of the better games we've seen, not only played but officiated, and just overall, that was just a old-school affair, it seemed, that Minot High had the edge in?
Yeah, it was really big for us to get back on track after how things went down on Thursday at Century. I thought we came out first period, played very well. We talked to the kids. It's nice to get on the board early like that. It kind of gets everybody going. You got to give Dickinson some credit. They like to run and gun, and I think they kind of got us playing a little bit of that game in the second period because they were taking it to us a little bit. And we need to get pucks back behind their D and bang bodies and stuff like that. They don't really like that stuff. But overall, you got to like how this group of kids responded. And now next up is High. Enjoy the day off tomorrow. Get to practice on Monday, and then we go down to Bismarck High.
A lot of emphasis on the power play after going 0 for 10 on Thursday night against Bismarck Century. You were a guy that was a power play specialist. You and Grubb and Jason Bennett, for that matter, as well. One of the best of all time to play at Minot High School on the offensive side of things. At what point of the year do you guys start hitting the panic button if that power play is unable to strike?
I don't know. I mean, it's obviously too early for that now. I think we just need to you work through it. Right now we've kind of lowered things down a little bit, not doing such a complicated one, basically rolling off the sidewall and getting pucks to the net. We need to get pucks there and bodies there, and eventually something's going to go in. And hopefully when one goes, two will follow, and then three will come after that. And we've talked to them. It's a pride thing. Like if you're a third or fourth line guy, you go out and draw a penalty, and then the first and second line guys go out and continuously not score, and you're losing ice time to that. You're not going to be happy about it. So these guys that are playing on the power play, you need to take it and run with it and see it as a prideful thing that you need to go out and contribute for the team. So we'll just continue to work on it. We hammered it really hard yesterday at practice. We'll do it again on Monday, and eventually it's going to figure itself out.
I thought Nick Murphy tonight and Mason Deal were two that stood off the paper for me that had their best games in my mind of the year. Is that a fair assessment of their play today?
Yes, I thought Nick Murphy responded really well, started using his body, banging a little bit more. Mason Deal was a strong kid tonight, needed him to be strong. And, we got the job done. You can go down the list. Ashton Hillman scores his first goal. Peyton Fillion sticking steady Eddie for us. Probably been our best player this entire season. And then, you throw in the sophomore, Trey Sortland, with 21 saves on 22 shots. Played really well. A couple times there in the second period. They probably could have been ahead. Probably could have been a 4-2 game at that point, and Trey made some big saves. you go down the line, Gabriel Tongpet, which I just found out we were pronouncing it wrong forever. It's Tongpet.
Good to know.
So we call him G-Pet. He's been, kind of an unsung hero for us. Played really well on the back end, and Riley Oproot's taken a lot of minutes. And, but everybody's growing, okay? But that's what we just talked about in the locker room. Eventually, we're not going to be a young team anymore. Eventually, you get 8, 10, 12 games deep into the season, and now you're a veteran. So now you can't be making those young mistakes anymore, and you got to learn from them and move on. So, but it's an exciting time. I mean, I know it hasn't been the exact start that we wanted, but hopefully this rights the ship, and we continue to play some good hockey.
Minot High, Bismarck High, and I just say it, and I get goosebumps on my arms and a smile on my face, and you can't help but do the same thing. That one goes back in the history books as the team that you just want to beat so bad. What do you look for out of your hockey club on Tuesday night against Mike Peluso's team that's unbeaten in West Region play, and a team that's pretty darn good each and every year?
Larry's giving me a wave, so he's down there. What is he, the 37th time in a row he's won
Employee
of the Week?
That's right.
But no, you said it, Nick. It's Bismarck High. It's as a coach, it's a goal that I have when I come in each year. I want these kids to understand what playing Bismarck High is. A lot of them play other high school sports, so they do understand it, but it's a big game. It's one you have circled on the calendar every year. It's nice we get to play them 3 times now because it's always a fun game. We need to go down there. We need to have 3 periods like our first period was here tonight. We have 3 periods like that first period. I like our chances. They're gonna be in your face. It's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a hard hitting game. You got to enjoy that. You got to love that as a competitor. That's something you want to do. You want to play against your rivals. You want to beat your rivals. It's an exciting time, and hopefully the kids will be ready to go.
Sure appreciate your time tonight. We'll see you on Tuesday down at the Wachter Ice Arena in Bismarck.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Nicky.
Nice job on the win tonight. That's assistant coach Jordan Willert for the Minot High Magicians. Time for our Minot's Finest Collision Center stars of the game, and a tough choice as always tonight, as the Magi have plenty of guys going in a 3-1 win in this West Region affair tonight. We're going to figure out who they are right now.
It's time for the Minot's Finest Collision Center stars of the game. Minot's Finest Collision Center. We are Minot's Finest.
Well, Coach Willard said it best as he started naming off players, going down the list of who's in the conversation of the improvement category, and it seems to be the whole club right now for a young Magicians team. But when you have to pick the top 3 of the night, there's a few that certainly should be in the conversation. A few guys getting their first points of the season. Like I said, I thought Nick Murphy was good tonight. I thought that Mason Deal, certainly picking up his first goal of the year, shaking the monkey off the back, if you will, was definitely deserving of at least being in the conversation. At Minot's Finest Collision Center, we ensure the proper procedures are followed to repair your vehicle so that safety features are maintained to keep you and your family safe. We're more than an auto body repair shop. We are Minot's Finest. 839-0989. Ashton Hillman's going to be my number 3 star of the game tonight. Hillman's just a player that knows his role, and he's getting paid off for the hard work tonight with his first goal as a Magician skater. I thought Hillman definitely was deserving tonight, certainly putting that puck on the trophy mantle. First goal as a Magi tonight. Hillman's my number 3 star of the game. Second star of the game tonight, this one was a coin flip for me. I really liked the way that Trey Sortland played. He had a big glove save on that shorthanded opportunity for Joey Pavic late in the third period. They score that one, and it's 3-2. It's a different hockey game. He turns aside 21-22 tonight. Trey Sortland is my number 2 star of the game tonight. But my number 1 star of the game tonight with 1 assist in the hockey game, Peyton Fillion. Again, I just think that he has really emerged as one of the tops, probably even in the West region, and another nice night for him tonight. Peyton Fillion, my number 1 star of the game. Fillion number 1, Sortland number 2, Hillman number 3. Those are your Minot's Finest Collision Center stars of the game. That puts a cap on it tonight from the Pepsi rink. Minot High wins 3-1. Next up is Bismarck High at the Wachter Ice Complex down in Bismarck. Larry McFall and I will have the call for you. Game time is 7:15, so we'll have a 6:50 pregame show brought to you by Planet Pizza. Once again, 7:15 the game time, 6:50 pregame show. We'll have the call for you there. Sure appreciate everybody stopping by on the broadcast. Dallas Kuntz tonight, Jason Bennett, Tatum Hertz, Tony Swearingen was up in the booth, and of course Jordan Willard. We thank all of them for their time, as always, each and every night. Thanks to all those sponsors that make Magicians Hockey possible as well. Tuesday's a big one for the Magi. It's the old school rivalry with the Bismarck High Demons. We'll be prepared and ready for the pregame at 6:50 on Tuesday. Until then, I'm Nick Hulberg signing off from the Pepsi Rink. A 3-1 win tonight for the Magi over the Dickinson Midgets. Until Tuesday night, have a good weekend. Good night, and God bless.
Broadcast on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by the UPS Store, First International Bank, Planet Pizza, Granite Springs Water, Homesteaders, Vibeto Orthodontics, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, First Western Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Bremer Bank, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Souris Valley Dental, and ProStyleProduction.com.